I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do wonder with these different regions and having broadcast and covered games from all differences in the localized meta with North America compared to EU, compared to APAC.
Absolutely. And even going into Japan, the top 16 Japan tournament, a lot of the decks that showed out well there have made their way here now, even amongst the other regions that weren't necessarily playing now, and I'm going to adopt it. So some of the players from NA, from EU, and from APAC have kind of adopted
The most aggressive players.
Ooh.
The most aggressive?
I don't know about aggressive. As far as how they interacted with us in NA, for sure. And maybe EU. Harambee is a man of great confidence.
Yeah, that would be the question. Who is the most primal of our players? Might be Harambee.
It's Harambee.
He's the only one without a Morgan. Only one.
Yeah, he was very confident. He did not bring Morgan. The other 11 players all brought Morgan to this.
Oh, come on. Where's my connection?
Event, so it's going to be very interesting. Lots of puns.
Lots of puns.
Lots of puns in his answers to the questions, in what just his normal everyday interaction.
Well, I think what's really cool about him is that based off his answers, off like the profiles and everything, he said his favorite character is Rathalos, and he definitely brought a Rathalos deck.
He
so
did.
I definitely commend him for that. For when you guys see him, he's very.
Oh, come on. What the hell? Too much?
Very primal. He's.
Yes. And you talked about comfort pick, perhaps, in that it's a deck. And even though the nerf happened, I mean, it's still shown that it can do work. It's still, functionally is very similar to how it was before. It's just not as it was a comfort deck. Maybe he had played the most games on it. Another player brought a comfort pick as well, and that was Water bringing Nerd. Because Water, is the person that kind of broke Nerd.
He's a nerd god.
How is that going to play out for him, you think, in the current meta?
So, interestingly enough, the nerf happened, and people were off of Nerd for a while, and it started to make its way back. And it's not just because of him, but in general, people are like, oh, this deck is actually still really good. Some of the cards from the Devil's Awaken really kind of shored up some of its weaknesses, and suddenly it's back in a big way. And so it's going to be interesting to see if he has been able to carry this deck not only from the start of the game, but even when it was down, and now it's back on its way up. If he's going to be able to take that and say 6 months of dominance, one deck, I'm going all the way with it.
I mean, that's his favorite character, and
My connection, please stop.
Rathalos and Nurk, I believe Harambee and Water are the only, and they're the only decks that are dual builds.
That's right, yeah. They both have green as the secondary color, with black and red, of course, respectively, as the lead color on those. But that was a thing very early on, was just splashing green for the MP game.
Yeah, the MP game for green is amazing. Obviously, everyone's going to have Iris. If you're using green, you have to use Iris.
That's the
what
whole
it comes
point
down
of
to, right?
Iris, Heavenly Kicks, Chun-Li. Those two five cost cards really kind of define using green as your secondary color.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited because we were talking about earlier, and you said that Nurg is kind of like the counter for the purples.
In many ways, yeah, because of what's spiked with. And the big problem with purple is if you try to interact, it's going to
What the hell?
countered. Your thing is going to get taken. They're just going to say, no, you can't do that. But arts don't get to counter an art. You don't get any window. You don't get any time. That spike launch goes off for 12. Whatever they put down is gone. Doesn't matter if it's Sanko. Doesn't matter if it's Jury. Doesn't matter if it's Ibuki. Doesn't matter if it's Dante.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of the things like, when's the perfect time to spike launch?
Yeah, you have to flip your Dante. You can't buff up your Sanko in response. It's gone.
Yeah, that's true. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see, especially when the tournament happens, to see how does Water use just like Nurg, and also when does he use it?
Yes.
Right? When it comes down to it, it's going to probably be like, okay, blind pick, you don't know which deck I'm going to use, so you kind of have to guess.
That's right, and this is a format we've seen before. It's the same format we saw in the Japan Top 16, where you're bringing 3, but you're only picking 2 for each round.
Yeah.
And so you have an extra deck that you're have in your back pocket that you don't play each round, but you know on your next opponent, all right, I might want this one, bring it back in.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you win with a deck, that deck is now out of contention for that matchup, best of 3 there. And to recap for you guys just joining us, we got 50 million yen on the line in the TEPPEN World Championship here today. We've got 12 players through ladder ranking, and for the Japan teams through tournament. And this is just an incredible competition. It is the first of its kind for TEPPEN, but we have had some smaller competitions. I understand it, you are sort of a reigning world champion.
No, the exhibition. It was the Asia-Japan premiere where it was kind of the launch of the game. And obviously we had some and play it at the exhibition match against me. It was Daigo and Tokido, and just fun. And I'm just glad because usually we only play fighting games, right? Capcom characters in it.
And Justin, as I understand it, you are a sort of a reigning world champ.
No, the exhibition. It was the Asia Japan premiere where it was kind of the launch of the game. And obviously
Should be doing fine. Why?
I can, right? We got the region lock, so I couldn't use it that well. So
Double.
it was a perfect Christmas gift, right? My friend that lives in Japan, and I mean it's what it comes down to. And I'm down to play more because there's Kyle P. He plays a lot. He was
Come on, work!
so close in qualifying for the USA region. He plays like so many, get caught up with like the other card games. So it's just fun to see other people playing it, especially when you just know them as a fighting game player.
Yeah, actually, coming from the fighting game community and picking up a game like TEPPEN, have you seen a lot of the FGC players embracing certain aspects, understanding them immediately? What has been the hardest thing for the FGC players to learn about TEPPEN?
I would say probably creating decks, because that's kind of hard. That's more of like you have to be an experienced player to create decks. But what we do have is probably our like reactions and decision making, because fighting games are very similar where you have to like kind of on the spot, on
Oh, fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Are you kidding me?
the fly. So it's hard, or do a resonate action at the same time, or kind of make these really hard read decisions. So it's very similar. A lot of the players actually talk about how they really got them into TEPPEN. They saw, oh my god, X is in the game, X is playable, Ryu is playable, right? Monster Hunter is playable. These characters, Nergon, and the best part is getting these secret cards in the game because they have animation on them. It's so beautiful. Right.
The game is beautiful in its
so
entirety.
beautiful.
The secret card.
It's so beautiful. I mean, I probably spent a couple $100 trying to get these cards. I mean, the skins just came out. They're very hard to get. Getting the red, I'm trying to get the red Chun-Li, man. Yo, gung ho, man, hook me up. Just unlock the red Chun-Li for me, bro. Like, that's all I want.
Me too. I also need a skin. I prefer Ouroboros.
I wanted to jump back real quick. You talked about what the fighting game players kind of have that they're bringing to this, coming from.
Oh, for fuck! Why? Stop lagging! Stop lagging! Why
where
lagging?
things like deck design, and okay, I've drawn 3 of these, or I've drawn 2 of the juggling. The card game players you're having to pick up the the reactions coming from the card game side, so it's quite literally the opposite.
Now I know it's really interesting to have both worlds clash because fighting game players we
really have Capcom versus Marvel, a crossover of all whole shit characters.
like to mess with people. So the fact that when you hear that ding, you're like, oh man, come on, dude.
Oh, because somebody got you.
Yeah. So
you,
that's what we like to do. We like to do the last minute, but I'm gonna kind of like stuff like that. So we're very good at doing that. But I'm what they call a net decker. Now I wait for you.
Come on, dude. What's wrong?
To create decks and use. That's you, man.
Yeah, of course. And I'm by no means a great deck designer, but I feel like I can be like, oh, I understand why they chose these cards for this deck and this reason. Stuff too much inexpensive stuff. There needs to be a balance in how that flows. And that's an important part. We've seen some really cool deck designs here today. Of course, decks are already locked in for this. But it's a pretty good variety of stuff. Of course, there are some very, very meta-defining decks. We talked about Morgan being a very common selection, of course. And we're going to talk a lot about purple today. I know you have a lot of feelings on this. So we're going to go deep on purple over the course of today, Justin.
There's 11 out of 12 purple.
And don't forget there's some Dante, too.
There's Dante, too. Yeah. That's when you know purple's OD.
Yeah.
Right? Morgan is so strong.
I'm a neggy
right?
And you press the button. Press it early.
I should have waited until you didn't have to sit here and listen to this, because we're going to talk about this a lot.
Morgan is so strong. She is here. You know what I mean? Only Harambee is the crazy one to not play Morgan. But
he's bananas.
He's bananas. He's bananas. Yeah, but Morgan is here and is very well represented in this tournament.
We're going to be talking about Morgan a lot today, both what's going on now and things in the past, because she's already been nerfed 2 times. Turns out still pretty good.
Well, that's what's important here.
No,
Whether you're from the
she didn't
FGC
nerf
or
one
whether you're
time
hailing from the
for
card
her
game community,
Dark
Teppen is a
Illusion,
perfect game
that
because
is.
it updates often.
It's been
It
changed to
balances. There's
22, I
always
believe.
something new. So it's
I think
alive.
22.
It is
You guys
constantly
are
changing.
mistaken there.
And thinkers who are coming up with the decks really have to stay on their toes here. So before we get too far into it, just some thoughts on designing the decks for this tournament. They were locked in a little early, so why we might see what we see here today.
Well,
Yes, there have even been some
legendaries
newer
like
tech
Ryu?
coming out, some new decks coming out in the past
most
week or
likely
2
Hung? Dante, especially.
that could have potentially shaken things up, but because decks were previously locked in, we're kind of locked into this established meta with what it was several weeks ago. We're seeing some stuff that I wasn't really expecting, to be honest. I don't think there's any Neros. And Nero at the start of the Devil's Awakening everybody was playing Nero. Nero was really strong. Everybody was all about it. We do see the growth decks, but it's almost all Chun-Li, and that's like the tech was already established, but it really took off at the Japanese top 16 tournament, and we saw lots of very successful Chun-Li growth-oriented decks. And so that's been a big influx here. Lots of Chun-Lis, and they're almost all playing.
Hi, Mans.
That's interesting. So you think some of our players here are wishing they could have submitted a little bit later on their decks?
It's possible.
Sorry for the
but
late reply.
I am a fan of Chun-Li,
My
so I'm
thing's not
glad
working well.
I believe there's 7 Chun-Li decks here.
You're gonna be happy.
Yeah,
then.
7 Chun-Li decks, and I really like with the new meta with the growth system that helps Chun-Li's yawn, because now instead of just letting your units die, you can force the yawn to already apply, right? So that's gonna be really interesting to see, just because man, I'm ready to see some Chun-Li. Obviously, we're gonna see Morgan.
Yep. We're a surprising amount of Jill.
Oh yes,
I think
Jill's great.
It's surprising how much Jill there is.
What's
yeah.
wrong with Jill? She's
No,
great.
I think
Jill.
Jill's really good.
Full
But
of-
I'm seeing
she's
more
full
than
of
I expected.
adrenaline.
I'm seeing
She's-
Jill's in
she's
place of
going
Ryu's,
high
where I
on-
would have
That's
expected
true.
to see
cyanide.
Ryu in there.
She's totally going high on cyanide. Come on, work, damn it, work!
Fine, that's why.
Yeah, Ryu's definitely one of the way more. I would think they're for sure.
I think Ryu is the safest lot of players because of how much board control you get out of it. It's just a very
Seem to
safe
look
deck,
in,
especially in a
every time you
tournament
place, you do
event
damage.
where
It's
you
very
can bring
irritating. The first time
Morgan
versus
and
that
Ryu
deck,
and
I
something
had
spicy
no
to have in your back
chance.
pocket for certain
I mean,
matchups because you
true.
don't have to
I
play all
played
of
a
your
lot of
decks.
cards.
So it was
He
just interesting that there were so many
but
Jills.
when the time ends, he's full health. I'm damaged quite a lot. I cannot throw any more cards because he needs to throw one out. I die by time's up. I lost this way.
It was way more than over Ryu's. And then a good amount of Weskers.
I think it's 5 Wesker, right?
5 Weskers and
But
one
only one.
Dark Destruction.
Only one DD.
That
and
was
I'm
Knowing
really
what you
excited.
guys, we've only got about a minute before we get into the competition. We start to get things going. So, callouts. Who do you think is going to take it, boys?
So
I bet Morrigan will be the winner. Morrigan
just
is the
because
winner.
he has 2 purples and Nergigante.
I'm also going to be a little bit of an NA homer. I'm going with Ryuzu. He wasn't my pick coming in, but after talking to him and learning about what he's been doing to train and get ready for this event, the dedication he has shown specifically, I'm going with Ryuzu. He's put in the time, he's put in the effort.
Is it okay that I really want Harambee to win it so we can get a full monkey
Come on, don't be favoritism.
pun interview?
He's a
for the
fan
championship?
favorite. It's cool. Fan favorites
Yeah,
are cool.
no, that's a great choice interview.
Oh, fantastic. No matter what, we're always cheering for good games here. We're hoping our players enjoy themselves at the TEPPEN World Championship. Gentlemen, I cannot wait to hand this over to you and get into the games. But before we do, anything else you want to say to the fans? Anything you want them to keep an eye out for?
You
Make
gotta keep
sure
an eye
you
for me,
guys
okay?
tune
I've been
in
uploading quite a lot of decks.
because I'm pretty sure
but
there's
not
going to be
much
some
recommendation on
amazing
subscribers
matches
as well.
going on, right?
Trust me,
And,
those decks I
I just
upload
kinda
are
wanna
well
just
played.
Just talk about
None of
just
them
purple,
were mean.
Oh,
that's what it
we're
comes down
going
to.
to go deep on purple, and exciting
Matter.
surprises
Usually all the
coming up
time.
as
I
well.
only
So be sure
upload
to stick
few
around for
matters.
that.
I heard some
People
stuff in the
did
background,
actually
but
out there abuse it quite a lot, They really abuse it quite a lot. Testing.
yeah, I was getting my hair
You
done.
came in, you were ready to go.
I was getting my hair done.
Oh, there's a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
There's much to come. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to leave you to the casting very shortly. I'm Rachel. I'll be doing the interviews with our pro players after their matches. And I want to thank you all for coming out here today, for watching us. Make sure you participate in chat. Hit us up on Twitter with the hashtag TEPPEN World Championships 2019. Send us your questions, your thoughts, and let us know if you installed, if you decide to play. We have a lot of players here
Increase
at the
my
venue
mic's volume.
and
My mic
lots
is
of potential
already
new
max.
players out there.
My
so
mic
let's
is
see
already
how
max.
they heard about TEPPEN, and then you tell us your stories.
I find it
It's
from
actually
advertisement.
hearing from players like Justin Wong on social media.
I got into TEPPEN
through Justin Wong.
Justin Wong got me into this game. He was like, listen, you know about some gung-ho online entertainment? Listen, they got some Devil May Cry for you. I said, oh, you got some Devil May Cry for me? He said, they got some Devil May Cry for you. I said, okay, cool.
I think what really got me into TEPPEN is because, like, one, I love Capcom. I'm a huge Capcom fanboy. And two, gung-ho actually, I spent so much money on Puzzles and Dragons.
Resident Evil 3,
So
and
the
I'll be
fact that
streaming
those
on
two
that
companies
year
did a
when the
collaboration
game is
with
officially
a mobile
released.
game, because I'm a
It's around
mobile
next
game
year,
fanatic,
April, and I'll be playing
And then
A.N.S.Lantern
out
as
of the
well.
blue, I saw Decade was streaming this unnamed Capcom card game project.
Fool! What ended up getting me into TEPPEN was I actually saw the game streamed by I follow, his name is Decade, he meta.
What got me into TEPPEN? Well, I'm a huge fan of card game. Pulled me in. Yes! We are the...
It was actually Maximilian, dude. I saw him before coming out, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, this looks like a really cool game, because I love card games as well as Capcom characters, so it's kind of a blend of two worlds that I like.
Seriously, I was like, what is this? What is going on? This was the thing that hooked me. And I was like, okay, chat room, the artwork in this game is friggin' sick.
It had gorgeous artwork of Ryu and Morgan. I'm a huge Capcom fan, so that immediately appealed to me.
I came for the design but stayed for the quite unique gameplay where you just don't have to wait for your opponent to finish their turn before you can act.
Is my mic clear enough? Is my mic clear enough for you? Hello? Hello, Vava.
Mega Man. I heard, hey, Mega Man, and I was like, do you get to play as Mega Man? Okay.
Really, it was just Mega Man X. The second I saw that he was going to be in a
Resident
mobile
Evil
card
for me,
game, I was super excited.
Resident Evil for me.
Heroes for the first time. I knew it was a love at first sight, especially when I saw X. X is the coolest one. Yeah, he's the coolest one.
I started playing TEPPEN because like with all card games, I really like to get in there from the start. The thing that stuck out to me the most was obviously the Capcom characters and all the franchise characters that are in there.
It's the raw speed and action-packed nature of TEPPEN that really got me into it.
I got into TEPPEN because I love the animations when you use your hero art, and the satisfactory feeling of
look at that,
just
Konosuba.
turning the tables on your opponent.
Rising Shield Hero. TEPPEN! Alright, about 6 minutes in before the whole thing begins. 6 minutes before the whole shit begins. Anybody want to say anything? Well, this is my face. This is my reaction, Baba. This is my reaction. Deal with it. Yay. It's all smiley here. I'm all smiley. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Now we go. Damn, what happened to my shit stuff, man? Frames detector is getting increasing. I'm Blacknese. I'm all black. Better now? You can see my face? I'm doing the Joker smile here. I'm doing the Joker smile. It's not easy to stream, I'm telling you guys that. Somehow pings dropping up and down here and there. It's experiencing issues, frames dropped seconds ago. What the hell? Before the whole shit begins. Oh, let's see this guy. He banned me from his Twitch channel. My friend Pi should be watching.
Some lazy casting.
See, I'm banned.
lazy armchair casting.
Dude, I'm the one who invited you. Oh, Scout Helm is here. But who is good in Slay? I can't really tell from here. Scout Helm, opera music from a distance. Come on. Okay, 3 minutes in before the stream begins of them playing. Oh, haha, he he he, vava. With some Japanese slash words. I can't really tell what the hell is that. Somehow it's not previewing. But I know the streams will. Yeah? Put that light on. What light on? There's already light here, see? There's already light here. There's already light here. I mean, look. Light is already on. Ah, another frame drop a few seconds ago. Okay, we are increasing frame drops per second. Scout Hell, I just can't find anything created to play on top 1000. Dante Virgil's War. My Devil Trigger is pulled. Yada yada yada. One minute in before the tournament begins, guys. 1 minute in before the tournament begins. Sponsor Amazon. Oh, I'm hearing music background. I'm hearing music in the background. What do you mean put that light on? I try my best to have the best connection here ever for you guys. Come on, it's already past your 1 minute. I'm gonna play my own TEPPEN for a while. You guys are getting late. It's already past 1 minute. Come on. Wonder how this kid's doing.
Looks like there's some delays, so I'll keep gaming.
Oh, here we go. Guys, it's beginning.
Lady!
Oh, come on! Ladies, what? Don't stop there. Ladies, what?
And gentlemen, sponsored by Amazon. This
Hey! Whack! Whack! Don't fail my connection now!
is TEPPEN World Championship 2000 men's start!
You gotta be kidding me, right? $50 million on the line.
Let me introduce to you today's MC, Shozo and
Nice to meet you. Are you having a great time?
Oh,
So
translating
now
text.
finally
I see.
started.
Translator.
Sponsored by Amazon, TEPPEN World Championship 2019 final has finally begun. I am Endo Shozo of Cocorico, today's main facilitator, main MC of this championship. Also, I am assistant MC. I am Namiki Marina of TV Asahi. So finally, this day has come. So this is the World Championship. I am reading with my reading class. I don't usually see you with the glasses on. Yes, but today I had to read this. Therefore, I am using my reading glasses today. Thank you very much. Thank you for my aging eyes. So, this is sponsored by Amazon, TEPPEN World Championship 2019. What kind of event is this? So,
What did I do now? Come on. Come on. What did I ever do now?
this championship is co-developed by Gung-Ho Online Entertainment and the World Championship of Ultimate Clone game released August this year. It released 2 months ago. Sorry, 4 months ago. It's been only 4 months ago. So the
What's
great
the
amount of a prize
2 months
and all
per
those
season. 2
strong
months. Plenty of decks to obtain. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! Too
players.
fast, too
So
soon,
the total
too
amount
much,
of
too
prize is
expensive.
50 million yen. So the Japanese finalists were selected on November 23rd. The other 12 were winners of online preliminaries around the world. Now, so they are all here to have a great battle. Yes, so I want you to carefully watch the battles. So all those strong 12 players are here to engage in the final battle. So we are reporting you on live. So this is broadcasted all around the world. This is, are you watching? People in the US and people in Asia?
Hello, I'm right here.
And
I can see an old man with the glasses and the reading glasses.
2019, Sharp Akko's Zio is used, so public participation is possible, and then price is 100,000 yen. So this is very popular, and we already no vacancy anymore. All the seats are filled for this cup. So I want you to feel the energy and the passion. It's not even started. So I wonder how the passion's gonna heat up once this starts. So now, as we start, I want to welcome
now, ladies and gentlemen, the creator of TEPPEN, executive producer Ryozo Tsujimoto from Capcom, and Kazuki Morita from Gung-Ho!
Hello, creators. Hello.
Hello. Yes, this is great. I see all the shining things around. Yes, so I think that you're an idol. Now, Mr. Tsujimoto?
So which one is which? Okay, this is the TEPPEN or Capcom player?
It's first time for me to be here. I'm having a great time already. Your eyes are like a red from excitement, I guess. Yes. Yeah, I'm okay. How about you, Mr. Morishita? Well, we are developers. We are creating it. And I'm happy that I'm participating in such an event. And then the people having the play. And now we have such a great players and we get to see it. So now I am happy that we get to see them play. So it's been since 4 months since the release. And we have a world championship now. So how do you think of that? As a developer, well, we came here in such a fast speed, but you see the excitement.
Please,
here, right?
Gung-Ho, give me a skin. I've been paying too much for this already.
So this is really impressive.
You too, executive producers and creators, please, would you kindly give me a skin? I've been doing quite a lot of videos, making some good memes for you guys. Come on, please give me a bloody skin.
How this could happen, now it's happening in such a short period of time. I play games, I'm not good at it, so when I watch the great players, I get excited. 12 people who won the preliminary match, and it's going to be such a high-level match, I guess, today. So we have 3 people from Japan, and from the US region, Europe, and Asia regions. So
so it's Asia versus US,
they
I
have
see.
to pass the preliminary match. So, I mean, we never know what's going to happen. Any of them can win. Okay,
Asia is more aggressive than US, I would say.
See what happens. So, anyone can be a winner or champion. So, let's invite the main people on the stage. 12 players. Battle will start now. Let's welcome 12 players.
Today's stars, the 12 strongest warriors who won hot battles around the world. Come on!
Bring it
They actually have to bring Japanese babe here. Oh, Wada. I heard of that name. EU. Oh, Europe. Harambee is here. Wait, which one is Harambee again? The big, gigantic, muscular one? Asia? Cut that audio of that. Now, this announcer kind of needs work on his pronunciation. I can't really hear well. Yo, what's up, Simon? What's up, Simon? Is he even speaking English, this announcer?
So, 12 people, players from 4 regions. Let's give him a big applause. So now, from all the players, we'd like to hear a few words as they start the battle. From American region first, Yuzu.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryuzu. I'm really excited to be playing here, representing the North American region. Looking forward to the tournament. Can't wait to have some fun.
Wait, this is Ryuzu.
So he's saying he can't see the Mount Fuji. Is it the right translation, I wonder? No?
No.
Great. Yo-Yo Run?
Hi, I'm Yolan, and I'm very excited to be in this tournament, and I'm looking forward to fight all these strong people from different countries. Let's enjoy TEPPEN together.
Yes, we're looking forward to see you play.
Hi, I'm Water. I promise I'll play the best I possibly can. Then I'll play to the limit. Then I'll exceed it.
Well said, Water. Beautifully said. Beautiful.
From EU region, Zero Sensei.
Oh, come on, what now? Another lag?
I'm very happy to be here. I will fight for Italy. I will fight for Europe. Tagatte koi!
Minor. Should be better.
Hi, I am Kaor from Italy. Let's go!
Ooh, power, I see.
Harambee.
I'm Harambee, and I'm looking to monkey dash on all these boys.
Monkey Dash, are you serious?
Thank you. Guardian.
如果说来到这里是我的极限，那么我将在此刻超越极限。谢谢。
Oh, it's Chinese, I see.
I am Taiwan, last guardian. So, thank you very much. Next is Ara.
大家好，我叫阿德，第一名，我来了。
第一名我来了. You wanna come for first place?
I came from Taiwan. I'm Ada. I am here to win. So you came to win. Next is Max W05.
He wants to win the race.
I will win. Okay.
Oh,
so
win this tournament. Win this tournament. That's what he's trying to say.
From host region, finally, Hyako-man. I practiced a lot for this day. As a #1 player in Japan, I'd like to play my best. I will obtain TEPPEN. Next, Tyga. All those strong players, but
Oh, this is Tyga.
Japan will win. Next is Hyako. Well, for the Japanese pride, we want to be #1.
So Narikawa KSK is not there, I see.
Okay, so how do you think the producers here as you listen to everyone's comment? This is great. Well, looks like you're going to cry. Yes, I want to be a professional gamer myself.
I'm a professional gamer in a sense. I am a professional gamer in a sense. Me.
So they came up with all
Me.
kind of a measure.
I didn't get any skin. I'm not featured. I'm not sponsored. I'm all ready with open arms for anyone to pick me up. Although I'm not sure how the system works.
To keep a strong mentality, to
Oops.
exert their potentials. That's the key. Yes, I guess they are all under pressure. But how they can be themselves in such a pressure. So now, let's look at the tournament charts. Yesterday at the reception party, we had a selections. So from each region, #1 had a chance to draw. So the result will be shown here as a combination. So let's look at the result of the drawing.
Ryuzo against Max 55. I mean Max 005.
05. That's the first one. Second is Hyako and Yoron. Third is Water and Tyga.
The winner, I believe, is around Tyga's side there.
Aga.
I feel like the winner's around there.
The fourth match. Yuzu and Rudo Sensei. And the last guardian, Hyako-man, they are seed as a #1 winner, so they can move up to the next match. So let's look at those 4 games. So beyond that, then you will win the world highest prize and the prize money of 30 million yen. So are you ready now? Okay, let's get it started. So Mr. Tsujimoto, thank you very much. And then also Mr. Morishita, thank you very much. Yes, we're getting nervous also. Yes, we feel the excitement. Yes. And power. I feel the power also. All 2 producers said that in this atmosphere, in this tension, how to show the usual performance, that's the key. When you come up to a big stage, do you get nervous? Do you get nervous on such a big stage? Yes, I do get nervous. So how do you deal with it? Actually, I don't get nervous. Well, if things doesn't work out, then I just accept it. So that's how I do it. However, looks like everyone is dealing in a different way. So they are trying to be #1, and this is the first of such an world championship, and their legacy will stay for a long time. And the prize money is such a high level, 30 million yen. What are you gonna do if you win 30 million yen? Well, I will build a house.
Like you can build a house with that amount of money.
For my family. So all the players from around the world are here to have the battle. It's a championship 2019. We have all the sponsors to support this event. Platinum, Amazon Japan is helping us. So TEPPEN is available on Amazon App Store at the campaign price until January 1st, 2020. New players will receive 10 of core packet tickets in addition to 20 core pack tickets, 10 of day
3,200 souls.
packet tickets, and a soul of 3,200. If you don't know how to play the game, then we provide support. So please try and start playing the game. And also, Nissan is also sponsoring us. So in this
I can see
venue,
that.
we are displaying the vehicle. And also, if they win as a supplementary prize, they win a V6 Turbo of Nissan car. Wow, they win the car, Skyline.
You're kidding me.
Skyline, such a great
Is this
car.
second
Everyone
place?
would like to drive such a great car. Such a great present that they can get. Also, Dragon Boost that
Never heard
everyone
before.
received at this venue.
I never heard of Dragon Boost before.
Is also sponsoring us. That's the Dragon Boost. Drink Dragon Boost, which is the energy drink to boost you up.
Oh, so it's Red Bull.
And boost up. And also Sharp is sponsoring us. Today, in the entrance of this venue, there's a charging station, and we are displaying Acros 02. So please go and play with it. And also, if you answer the questionnaire in the venue, and you receive a great gift. So please fill it in the questionnaire and turn it in.
Hearthstone?
So this is Akko. This is light. Yes, I want to have one myself. And then, so everyone here received the Kinoko no Yama and Takenoko no Sato of Meiji, which is also a sponsor of us. Which one do you like? Well, in the waiting room, I tried both. I like both. I can't decide. I can't just pick one. I also received the lunchbox.
Yeah, you best up the volume, Raisin.
I really liked biscuit and cookies of Kinoko no Yama, Takenoko no Sato.
You're about to up the volume, you can never hear my voice anymore. In fact, it's this close to my mouth.
So it goes on. It still goes on.
I need to get myself a better mic either way.
Is a sponsor. Maru-chan is a sponsor also. Akai Kitsune e Midori no Tanuki will be given to the winners. I have the stock of them in my house. We don't have a hot water, so take it with you and eat at your home. And also,
Eat your heart out.
of this event,
Eat your heart out.
gaming chair, AK Racing, and also the uniform of each region is provided by Yonex. Thank you very much, everyone who sponsor us. Now,
Come on, get to the fight. Get to the fight. So what? You cannot hear my screen. This is with the max volume. You can see that already. All right. This should be about right. This is not about equal from the screen here. You can see.
There's a lot to unpack there. I know you have some thoughts. Real quick before we do that, we need to go over the match rules for this event. So let's handle this first. This is a best of three, single elimination format.
That's scary. Single elimination.
Yo, on point. You got to be ready.
Single elimination for that much amount of money. You guys, your fingers better be not sweaty.
Yeah, no.
It better be on point. Your swipes better be amazing.
One chance to make this happen. Each player brought 3 decks.
Yep.
This is a best of 3, so you select 2 of those decks each time you come up on stage. So if you advance to the second round, you get to select 2 of your 3. Again, you're not locked into those 2 the entirety of the time. You're going to see what your opponent's
So
playing.
first player to
You're
win
gonna see
2
their hero.
games.
You're going to see what
What about draw?
once you win, You don't get to play with that deck anymore.
Yep. The deck
It's
is
out.
locked out, so you
Single
have to
elimination
win with
tournament.
2 different decks to move on to the next round.
In the event of a tie, a double defeat, I think they just replay.
Yep.
So they can queue it back up.
Okay.
And then they're also allowed to use a stylus. And
yeah, that's interesting.
That's actually, I know that's much more popular here. Yeah.
Each of different heroes, each map will choose 2 out of 3 and show the selector. There's not ability to use the deck they won or in the next game.
So he's about that. Yeah, it does
So it's
seem
a
lot more
switch.
common, so I
Same
think we'll
format
see
as the
certainly some
previous
of
years ago,
the
or
Japan
no,
AVA
previous
players
months,
rocking the styles.
weeks
Okay.
ago.
And ANU players play with their fingers. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
But I mean, we just saw so much stuff, right? First of all, Gung Ho needs to sell these jerseys. Them jerseys are amazing.
They are. Hey, I think. Oh man, I know we want to talk about this, but they're jumping right in right now. Number 1.
The first match.
It's too loud, especially that announcer. Oh, Max against Ryuzu.
So we got Max 005 here, ready to go.
We're having Max against Ryuzu.
These intros are very nice.
Yo, I'm about ready to run through a wall. I feel like I've had like 6 dragon boosts after watching the intros.
You know, I just
Wait,
think
what?
It's crazy. The rock and roll voice really speaks. Oh, dropping the Hadouken. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is, of course, Kaor. He is, in fact, playing Ryu and the Hadouken, so you got to if you're going to bring it.
One of the best control decks in the game.
Absolutely. So Kaor's on the Yan Li, Ryu, and Shadowblade Morgan, the 3.5 variant on that deck, and we'll be talking about this a lot, what these deck selections actually mean. And then Max has the Antibody Activation Jill, which we're seeing a lot of here. The Temptation, the big Resonate Morgan, your favorite deck, the thing you love, and the Ouroboros
with the
Wesker.
Ouroboros.
Yeah.
So
Ouroboros, classic.
If you were these players and you have these 3 decks, which ones do you think you're going to bring in the 2 out there, especially when you know your opponent?
I would bring Nagi, Ouroboros, and Morrigan.
It's pretty tempting to go with the Uro if you're Max. The resilience it has and the long term it has, it plays really well against the Ryu, and I think he's going to expect the Ryu, especially if you see your opponent come out and they do the Hadouken as their opening move. That might be a little bit of a telegraph, like, hey, I'm bringing Ryu, right?
That might be one of your telegraph moves, especially when your intro is throwing a Shinko Hadouken.
Right.
So, but the thing is about, it's just like, it's so hard to choose because there's so many good decks, right? So the fact that you have a Ryu, you have a Chun-Li, you have a Morgan, like those are just good 3 decks right there. So it's kind of it's really hard to just choose 2, like which one you want to use.
It'll be really interesting to see if we see the Jill here. This Jill is just jammed with legendaries. He kind of just forced them all in there, and I'm curious to see how that pays off. Relying on the power level of the cards and then the Explore. It looks like we are going to see the Uro here. It looks like it's being queued up here. So we're about to find out. They're prepping their decks. They're getting ready. The attendants are standing by, and we're about to get going here. TEPPEN World Championship 2019. Use the hashtag. Talk with us. We've got an eye on the chat. We can see what you guys are saying sometimes. So let us know if you have questions, comments, concerns. If you're hype, I'm super hyped. Like I said, I feel like I drank a lot of Dragon Boost here because after that intro where they came out and they were screaming and everybody was hyped.
If I were there, I'd make less out of composure.
Oh my god. That was a surprise. That was a super surprise prize right there. Like, we didn't know anything about our Nissan car. We know Nissan was sponsoring the event, but they're giving away a car?
Not just that car.
Alright, they're about to begin.
Okay.
We're getting in to match game 1,
okay, we got
match
Ryu.
1.
As I expected.
And it's like what we talked
As
about
I suspected, he using Ryu. He is using Ryu.
This Wesker deck has a lot of healing available. Okay. And that's a big part of it. Is you've got selfish predation, of course. You know, kill your own unit off, get a little bit of a heal. It also runs the 3 Gormagala, and each time that flips over, you get the heal.
So he's literally gonna have to use
the evolved form comes back into play.
this Max guy is gonna have to use Jill Valentine, and he's gonna use Shadowblade Core K4 Or.
Right now, the players are just building their MP up. They're just chilling, waiting for the first move. Usually, kind of.
Alright, now we're about to reach Max.
especially with these new growth builds.
Yep.
Running Rashid, running Chill Penguin, that sort of
There
stuff.
we go. False throw.
False thrown right away.
Let's send it. Let's send it.
And that's a
It
great
used to be
opening
MP because of
because
1 in
these
the
new decks,
past.
they stopped running burn.
Yes.
Right? There's no more face damage, so they can't really respond if you don't have anything on the board first, because all of their actions are board clear.
And
So
Rashid.
it's a great starting play.
Yep. There you go.
Rashid immediately going to be cleared off. No way to counter that.
It's great because the fact that Wesker didn't put anything out, you're not giving Rashid a chance to level it up.
That's right.
And now it's a waiting game again. Okay, another Rashid.
And that's what it's about. Again,
Rashid.
is clearing off these growth
He's able
units,
to deal damage
sure
every time he growth by a cost of 3, 2 damage to anyone.
And now we're seeing the Joe. We're seeing
Alright.
the slow tyrant coming out. Of course, when the slow tyrant dies, you get the fast tyrant.
Yes, you get the
and
fast
the fast tyrant's very scary. Interesting. KO's running the 3 riots. You don't see the riot too often in the growth builds, but he's starting to show up a little bit more. So we've seen.
What do you mean? I see him quite often.
Chill Penguin, of course, probably the most.
Oh shit!
Yep, and that Beaver Hood just took out Devil Ho right there real quick. And yep.
So he's waiting. He's waiting for Devil Joe's now.
Second Joe, well timed so that it takes the hit, clears it off, and still because.
It's not doing what he wants to sacrifice to gain 2 more health to protect his Tyrant. I mean, the red guy has nothing else to play.
Thinking. Oh, we're gonna power you up.
You can save it. It's going to go all the way down to 1, however, so basically any sort of spread damage is going to be enough to clear this fast tyrant. But the damage gets in. That also
man,
has...
Ryu's taking a lot of damage right now. Oh my god.
The Uro's coming out.
It might...
Ryu. Oh, comes Ryu.
Fate Defying Ryu comes down in the bottom lane. It is going to clear out the bottom lane, but there's a lot of damage coming across. He just used all his MP. He's got Liberating Strike.
Oh, Ouroboros won. Ouroboros won. Oh wait, no. He still can finish this.
And he might have to do that. That might be his only option. It's not going to work, though. The obliteration is there.
That's a lot of help to give back to Wesker.
Ooh, yeah. All right, so he fires it off on his opponent, gives him the heal. If he targeted his own, he would have lost.
Yeah, I know. The crazy part is if you look at Wesker's, he's going to destroy, use obliteration, right? Also has another false
it's raining on my side.
And also has just like Lord Raptor just chilling just in case Ryu tries to do anything.
Oh yeah, the Mad Massacre, which you
Alright, maybe I take my words back. Ouroboros have yet to won against Core 4.
Two Magala in hand now. Plenty of healing options, plenty of board presence.
Yeah, both about even, but Ouroboros have by 1 ahead at XP. I mean, MP.
But I mean, I do feel that KO definitely has some good hands, good cards right now.
We'll probably see
2 guys,
a
BB
growth
Hood
play
just
here
in case.
maybe with the Chill Penguin. Coming down.
Okay, false thrown again.
Again, of course.
Let's send it.
His AP is only at 9, so no rush. So there's the Chill Penguin. Maybe trying to bait something out here before throwing that shield down. But
sure. Probably gonna wait it out a little bit. Nice.
And there it is. Oh, and he flips the axle. So now.
Oh no. Ryu may have a comeback now.
Creative way to kind of get some healing out in the Ryu deck where you use your only heal before the Liberating Slash.
No, but even look right now, the tides have turned.
They have.
3 units on the field for K4. Yep, Rebirth.
So we're going to see a Rebirth. Something is coming back out.
Oh, he's now got Judgment Lord and the growth up.
Going to have a little bit of a time dealing with this Penguin. And also, he doesn't really want to clear this Penguin off the board because that's an opportunity to flip the Magala.
Yep.
So yeah, he's going to have to use it here.
Well, he's trying to finish him off, but too bad.
Plenty of options to clear.
Oh, no. Wait, activate the third. Activate the 3 MP. You imbecile idiot.
For Max, he is going to go with the predation, take the healing, sure. Yeah.
But he has Ouroboros stocked
Oh, wait, no. Judgment Lord could cover it up, I see.
So the flip on this Magala is 6. It's 6 GP, and there's no way to hit the 6 GP in hand right now for KO. So he's still stuck at 4 lives, but he's in full control of the board. He's completely swung this around.
That's what I'm saying. He has full control. He has 3 units on the field, and this is going to help a lot. Clear him out. That 12 damage about to take it right now. Unless...
So there's a very creative play here. It's super risky to put this root on here. This is going to hurt a lot. He's about to eat 8. However...
Oh, it's over.
He still lost.
Yeah, he took it, and then 2 damage on the bottom, and that was it.
Yeah, there was nothing. Yeah. It was really hard. Definitely came for it.
Never mind.
Because right away,
Core 1.
Wesker was about to win super fast.
I'm really impressed with how well Max held his composure there, over the course of it. But in the end, KO was able to flip it.
He was.
Yeah.
It was really good because
going all the way down to 4.
Yeah, came back.
And then
K4 or get it
well. A lot of
for
times you see people screw up the axle play. it's very common to see the Axel play not go off exactly as intended, or you have to just play it as 8 health to kind of soak some damage. But being able to get it into the gore, suddenly you have the option of healing, and it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent.
So it seems like maybe I see Jill over there.
Yeah,
Possible?
Queuing up a Jill here.
Maybe.
For Max, looking to switch decks.
Yeah, I think K4 might. He has the option to choose either Chun-Li.
Now the background's gonna get a little bit more irritating.
Because we don't
Sorry.
know which 2 decks that he choose.
Right, we don't have that info. We just know the 3 that they have available to them, which we don't know which 2 of the 3 they selected ahead of time.
See what I mean?
So he does have the 3.5 Morgan, which is a great deck. And I know, we alluded to talking about purple a lot before. This isn't exactly what you wanted to talk about, I imagine. I imagine it's the Resonate deck that's really resonating with you, so to speak.
Well, I just think that Morgan in general is just such a popular pick. It's such a good staple. Doesn't matter if it's the Resonate or the 3.5. It's just that literally 11 out of 12 participants here has Morgan as one of the 3 decks that they
right, and it's one of his 2 builds.
Oh, we're about to begin another round.
Okay. Which one? Morgan!
And here we go. Game 2. It is going to be the 3.5 Shadowblade Morgan.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite decks. I like the full fours build.
Oh, that deck. It's one of the top ranks.
So good.
That deck.
It's very flexible. It provides a lot of utility. It has answers to a lot of different things. It's a little bit more fair of a deck.
So when you think about this matchup, who usually is the favorite, Jill or Morgan 3.5?
I'm very comfortable in this matchup playing Morgan.
Okay.
Against Jill. If I see a Jill, I'm not.
And he's gonna negate it, I swear. He's gonna negate it.
Is the one that destroys zombies. This is a succubus. She probably never fought a succubus.
And then destroy the bat. No?
Something a little bit different. Yep. So we see the detonation get countered. Trust him and suspicion going. Not necessarily ideal to fire that trust there because you're drawing your opponent a card.
Yeah.
And when it's not going to get the kill.
Oh, it's gonna bring out Jill Valentine.
So you would have saved going on. Yeah, I think I would
No?
have to it because the kill was not going to happen.
We got Carlos out. Carlos got the fighting spirit. Oh my God, this doesn't look like a good start.
But the,
looks like Cole's gonna win this. It looks almost like Cole is gonna win this. Seriously.
There's 3 of those the two action cards right there, right?
Yeah, the Splendid Buffet there. So lots of removal, and of course, it's a little bit stronger because of a card in the EX pocket. It counts both EX pockets. Your opponent, by the way, has 2, so those are hitting for 5 right now.
Yes.
And those also heal. That's one of the cards that really kind of set this deck up for success with the new set, in that it was already a good deck. The addition of Hellantinora and Splendid Buffet suddenly kind of put it over the top.
And the Shadow Blade also giving back
again.
at the same time.
Again.
Using 2 of them here. 2 shields getting used.
He's not gonna activate again?
The healing, but also needing to cycle some cards out of hand.
For sure.
Using the 1 Souls Return. He has drawn the 1 Souls Return for Kaor, and
he doesn't want to take any life. He's like, I need to get rid of you.
Yeah, he's totally just clearing everything off very aggressively.
Oh, see, look at that. That was perfect.
Yeah,
waiting to use that Nash.
It's gonna get bounced though, and that's gonna feel really. He's waiting to see if the art's gonna use on no art and Beltway.
Put that away.
Of the Beltway.
Totally, Morrigan's dominating him.
This deck tick. Beltway and 4 Eyes even a little bit.
Oh, look, he's waiting.
You have these synergies.
Ooh, put that back.
Beltway, no,
put that
sir.
back.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Put that back. And right now, there we go.
And so this is why this matchup is so comfortable because you have things like that. You have
Because of Hell and more of that guy,
and like so you don't really care.
He has to add a lot back to the hand.
Oh no! And now
it changes timing.
It's timing. It's timing now. It's a timing.
The damage
Oh!
took the damage, but it doesn't matter because the art got used on it.
That's true.
The value of the art was used up.
The value of the art, but he did take double damage right there.
Yeah, but again, Shadowblade almost ready to go again, so that's healing. Healing back again. Coming down for what is the 3rd, 4th time
we've seen. And he got the Splendid Buffet.
Yep.
And he could use the Foresight as well.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Foresight
Splendid Buffet.
Hey, Splendid Buffet, a little bit bigger.
Ooh. Yep, right away.
Getting it off.
Oh, and he drew that.
He's got the counter.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Come on now.
Yeah, oh hey, guess what? That's exactly 5 because your opponent drew you a card early on in the match.
It might be over.
Tigrex coming out. This is it. It's over. You can't react to that.
He's putting his hands up.
Yeah.
What the taunt is that supposed to be?
Oh no. Okay.
Cause the winner.
I can't let it end here. Actually, he's not gonna die from the top. He will only take 2. Only have 1.
He could negate it.
But and the Shadowblade's not gonna be enough to get it through there. Yeah.
It's not gonna. Oh, actually. Was the pop off too early? But he has this though, the counter. Oh no, this might be a wrap.
He doesn't have any units that are gonna.
It's over.
This might be a wrap.
Yeah, he has no units that he's going to be able to get into that top lane, and he just needs the one play damage, and that's it. Yep, that is it.
Call dominating.
I really thought he popped off way too early.
It was definitely a little bit early, but he managed to get there, and Kaor, EU, repping out. You know, we came into this thinking they're probably the weakest region.
Well, you
Okay,
know, you said
that.
it.
Yeah, no, I said that.
I
That's fair.
felt like after the interviews, I became a fan.
All right, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Harambee.
Hey,
right?
Harambee brought the personality.
With the monkey smash,
Yeah.
right? And then you have, Ryu said, he said, Kakatokoi.
Yeah,
Oh, he was
ready.
off.
He was feeling it. So, EU moving on immediately.
Yeah.
That was a quick 2-0.
Call for using the metas.
Very strong. It was super controlled.
For real, he's using the metas.
The whole time.
I think the first game of that match is kind of what really dictated it, because going all the way down to the 4 health and navigating out of that.
No, he was confident.
He was ready. Yeah, he felt good about it. And KR, and of course, he was one of those players you talked brought his family.
He did bring his family.
He's from Italy, and he brought his family with him. His wife, and his kid. Yeah, his child was here, and I'm sure they're extremely happy. Hey guys, I hear you might like some QR codes out there in Twitch land.
Okay.
I think we got one of those coming up for you here.
QR is
so that looks amazing. This secret X, and the QR is up right now. Get your phones out, take screenshots. Hope you were quick there. We're about to throw it over to Rachel for an interview. She's getting set up with Kaor.
Come on.
Course of the match, and we're gonna throw it to her.
I want to give a big shout out to my man Ty Time in the chat. I love watching him play.
Come on.
Ty Time is amazing.
Tide.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Tide
of
carries the Wesker banner high.
But man,
getting recognition there. I see you. That's right.
Bro, Ty Time made me. He got me interested to make like YouTube videos.
All right, Kaor and Rachel.
Thank you guys so much. I'm here with KR, and we're reliving a long past of competitive card games. This has been a life-changing thing for you, esports, competitive card games. So tell me how it has factored into your life over these last 5-6 years.
I bought a shop with my wife, and now I living a dream again.
When I first talked to you, you wanted to buy that comic shop. You had a new baby, and you wanted to build a life. And now, thanks to esports, thanks to earning money through competitive video games, you've done that. You're here in Japan now. You brought your whole family. Tell me a little bit about it.
We are so happy to be here. We love Japan. Very, 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 very.
And you just played the first match of the day here at the tournament, a big opponent, Max005. Tell me about the thought you put into your decks for the first match.
I was lucky with Ryu. It's a terrible matchup, Ouroboros. So I was lucky.
Yeah, you were very down in that first match. You had only 4 health, and then you were able to take it back. So any final words there?
I think he misplayed when he played the 3 mana spells. I win thanks to that play.
Well, I look forward to more of your games here today. Congratulations, KR. Back to you guys.
Back, everybody. We're getting ready to hop right in to match number 2. We've got Hyako from Japan versus Yo-Yo-Lan, of course, one of the NA reps, our first NA rep that we're going to see. I know we're pretty excited about that. Of course, Hyako really showing out in the JP tournament. Looked like might have been able to tug the whole thing. Almost got there, but made it to Worlds and is here now. We're going to have that QR code on the screen for you guys just a little bit longer so everybody has a chance to get it.
Bro, that Mega Man art though, it's just, you see how he's just charging the buster, just chilling like that?
It looks so good. And I'm really enjoying these kind of exclusive event codes we've had. We had the Rathalos before in the past. Yeah, I know you saw that. And that was really cool. So being able to see some of these new secrets, these exclusive secrets here at the World Championship is really cool.
Okay, but now let's talk about this matchup. Like, who do you think is going to be favored to win this matchup?
So we've got this is a little bit of a heavyweight, honestly. Like neither of these players were in first. They weren't the first place finisher in their region.
It's nothing. I can't get that card.
They are both very good.
In the blue corner, from the host region,
love it.
Oh! Yeah. He took his sword out.
That's a horrible announcement.
Yo. Oh my god. I need the announcer to announce my life. He's too good. And you saw the drums that Yo
rock and
got?
roll voice, the whole thing. Hey, we got a match here that's about to happen. Of course, Yo-Yo-Lan on the Jill, on the Yawn, and on also on the Fours Morrigan, and then of course Hyako, our one player that brought Dark Destruction.
Dark Destruction. Do you think
Wesker.
you're gonna see the Dark Destruction?
I really hope so.
You hope so.
I think it would line up pretty well here against this, especially against like the Fours, right?
Yeah, but you did say during the Japanese second qualifier that Yon Chun-Li, that's where it really showed how strong it was.
That's right. And just being, because you can hit everything with the Dark Destruction. The removal hits every single thing, and not only that, but this particular Dark Destruction build running the 3 Vial Mark II, which gives corrosion each time.
Okay.
So that also destroys something that costs 5 or less. So all in on the 5 or less destruction, and against certain decks, that's absolute death because it can. All of your removal hits everything they can bring on the field.
It's kind of like a different version of a Ryu control deck. Using just
a little
like,
bit,
right?
A little bit, yeah, and it's just more direct removal. It's not damage based, so it gets around the shields. It's really good against Ryu or Jill because the shields don't matter.
That's right.
They can get the shields off the antibody or off Chill Penguin. Doesn't matter. Still gone.
Especially with Yo-Yo-Lan, who also registered Jill.
Yo-Yo-Lan did
using
have Jill.
antibody.
And you've got to wonder if that maybe is going to put him off of the Jill here. You know, and we're seeing.
That's actually a pretty bad draw when you think about that. You're kind of like scared of the Wesker pick because you might.
I'll
not
be taking a
able to use
piss.
Jill.
And without running the face damage, the red decks really do suffer a little bit against the black decks.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how you want to burn them out. Is because the black decks you're often paying a little bit of life for what you're doing, but without the face damage to burn them out, it becomes really hard to win if they're being able to gain the board and remove your stuff.
Okay. So who is your pick?
Oh, Yo-Yo-Lan. Yo-Yo-Lan was my initial pick to win this, and then I switched to Ryuzu after I talked to him about his training. But Yo-Yo-Lan was my initial pick to win the whole thing.
Okay.
So I think Yo-Yo-Lan's absolutely going to take it here.
Okay.
I think he's going to be able to play around the Dark Destruction pretty nicely.
All right, we got the match going in. I like the 3-2-1 countdown. Ooh, double Morrigan! I told you, purple is in here. Purple is here.
Go, and this is 2 very different decks.
Yes,
You know,
Resonate
they're both
3.5.
playing Morrigan. That's right. But these are very, very different decks. Hyako on the big Resonate deck, and Yo-Yo-Lan on the 3.5 Morrigan. Different arts. Temptation versus Shadowblade. The Shadowblade, of course, the direct removal.
Yeah.
Temptation just putting a halt to everything.
I mean, that's kind of good though, right?
Yeah.
Putting the halt to everything, and right away we're seeing some halt right away.
And that's kind of what you want to do. Is you want to build the halt. You want to board block your opponent. You don't care if they have 2 units on the field. You're going to continually halt them and chain off, and your units are going to get there either with some sort of evasion, whether that's flight or just straight unblockable, which are both available in this deck.
Got the Dawson Growth card, new
Oh
card.
boy.
This
But
newest expansion.
the Surge of Demonic Power in hand for Hyako. This is the card that defined the JP event, the 16-player tournament. Surge of Demonic Power is insane. Everything costs 1 in your hand and in your opponent's hand, but because of the deck design, it's way better for you almost every single time.
Okay.
The jury did not connect there. Getting the Antinor down just in time, preventing that jury hit. Hyako maybe a little indecisive here. Losing the jury, not going to go with it, but still hanging on to the Surge. Yeah, flashing that Surge. He knows what he wants to do.
Yeah, he knows. He's just waiting for it. But, I mean, right now, the 3.5s, man, they're doing kind of work right now.
They do their work, and very wisely, Yo-Yo-Lan sitting at the full 10 MP, choosing not to fill that last lane, which is very smart because you don't want to get board locked if you can avoid it.
But he's going to return a card.
And now it's gone off. Everything costs 1. You can see in both players' hands.
That's so cheap.
It's such a crazy
so
effect.
cheap. Okay, good.
And the Ibuki getting bounced by Beltway because guess what? That Ibuki cost 1 now, so suddenly it's targetable by Beltway.
6.
There's a lot of really strange interactions in this particular matchup.
Yeah, that was really smart.
A lot of chip damage has come across from Yo-Yo-Lan, though. He's obviously played this matchup a lot. And you can tell, almost, the temptation is almost there.
Okay. Yeah, Unblockable's up.
The Unblockable is up. The temptation's almost there, but still 1 AP off for Hyako. It's very close.
It's just the problem is that he has 4 HP. I don't know if he can fight back in this case.
He's going to waste a card this way.
Ibuki do some wild things with this deck, especially with Surge on board, because now the temptation's up, right? And we're going to see the temptation coming out.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, the Morrigan going down. The legendary Dark Libido Morrigan, which, by the way, passes through any unit that is halted,
That's
right?
true.
So that's
It is
some extra damage. So both of these are unblockable right now. And then each time Hyako uses an action, the unit across from that Dark Libido Morrigan, which is the Dulcine,
oh my God, the
will become
comeback?
blocked. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's wild.
This could be a comeback.
One temptation because of the agility.
And now we get the unblockable going on the Dark Vito Morgan, just cycling it out of hand.
Negate. He's gonna negate it. Are you gonna negate it?
It's
No.
only gonna go for the minimum. Oh, +1. Sorry, there was the Ibuki in pocket there, so it will go for 3. But damage, that Beltway's not gonna be enough by itself.
It's close. No. Uh-oh.
1. And then one more hit from the Ibuki.
Ah, the comeback, man. The comeback. There's nothing he can do.
The trigger went on the Dulcium in the bottom.
There's nothing he can do.
As soon as this Ibuki connects, that's gonna be it. It's over.
Yeah.
Like I said,
That's true. The crazy part was also he couldn't do anything because he had no action cards. It was all units on his hand.
That's right.
So he had 10 MP and unable to use anything.
And Surge just proving once again how powerful that effect is.
Your first initial pick is down 0-1.
He is, but the Morgan's out of the way now, right?
That's true. So do you
and
think
he's got his Morgan still?
Do you think that the Morgan's coming back right now?
I don't think he's gonna run it back. Although I guess we'll see.
Oh,
we can look right here.
We got the dark. I think he got the Dark Destruction pick.
Oh no! And look, did you see what he ran into it?
No, what happened?
It was the Jill.
Uh-oh.
So if Hyako stays on this with the Dark Destruction, this is what we were talking about. How the shields don't matter that much.
Yeah.
And Hyako Yo-Yo-Lan played that really well and still almost got there. That's definitely a tough matchup. But how close he got, he wants that one back.
It was really close because, I feel like the first match we saw, it was like same situation, right, with K4, right? He was about to lose with Ryu and then made a comeback. And same thing with Hyako. Like, he just made this amazing comeback.
Yeah, like I said, Ibuki K4, even though Ibuki got nerfed, right? I'm putting that in big ol' air quotes because it was changed.
It was changed.
Where she doesn't get attack scaling anymore.
She doesn't get
attack scaling, but still gets health scaling and starts at a higher health point, which is often very relevant, starting at 6 health instead of 4. Dies to a lot less things. So, nerf, but still turns out quite good.
I mean, it also helped with the new mechanics.
All right, here we go.
Right? Yeah, unblockable really helps a lot. And plus, who doesn't want agility on their cards?
Yeah,
agility really helps a lot.
Agility proven to be very good. We saw it on the fast tyrant as well.
Yeah. Oh, so okay, on this one, Jill versus Wesker. Obviously, we were talking about how Wesker, the Dark Destruction, is going to go through all the shields.
Oh,
that's right.
This could be a pickle.
One of the craziest things I've ever seen in this game, the running Blood Destiny in the World Finals, a card that people basically had written off entirely, and Blood Destiny being pulled out here. The ultimate risk card, perhaps, because when that unit dies, you lose life equal to its attack.
Okay.
So you're paying a lot, but the attack it gains is crazy, and it's scaling. So I saw that on the deck list, and I was absolutely blown away that somebody had the guts to run it in this event. So we're gonna see the murder spikes coming out. Of course, you're gonna take it.
It's gonna explode further.
That MP from
It'd be a waste if you destroy it right now.
However, off the Bushinryu Awakening, so 1 shield in hand, she's gone.
He's
So
also
now 2 shields.
the Explorers too.
That's right. And
let's get that 3 out the way.
3 has to be obtained, and that's it. It still counts. Even if you don't get the card in hand, it still counts as the trigger. So that's 3 Explorers. So Yo-Yo-Lan is online now with all the 3 Explorer required stuff.
Right, with all the hero arts.
That's right.
Also with the Claire, with the Nash.
Yep. And hey, look at his hand. Claire
I know, it's great.
Nash.
That's a lot of Claires right there.
Yeah. So that's a lot of damage to push down. Of course, he doesn't really want to put in the bottom lane and clear off the slow tyrant there. He's perfectly happy with that slow tyrant just chilling. Although
it's only 2
He's gonna destroy?
Right?
No.
Blood Destiny
Why?
coming out might change that.
Oh, we got another tyrant.
See the tyrant on the top. Interesting. Mad Massacre going on the tyrant on the bottom just to pop it. Maybe pop this shield off. Maybe if you're very lucky, clear on top. So now, just trying to clear both shields. Yeah. Oh, and the second Mad Massacre coming out. So he really wants to kill. Yeah.
Both of them might go down.
It's very possible both of them die here. Yep. And the first shield clears off. The second tyrant is popped. Suddenly 2 fast tyrants on the board.
God.
And the Dark Destruction being hovered
Rest
by
in peace,
Hyako.
Carlos.
And the Claire comes down, does get the kill on the first one.
Yeah, this is gonna trade.
Oh,
great
very
trade.
well
Too
done.
late.
The art, but couldn't get it in time. You see Hyako nodding, saying, "Yeah, you got me there." Belhazak being drawn, ready to go.
And we got the detonation.
And we got a little bit of scaling happening here with the detonation. Of course, the G Adult here running I believe all 3 copies of G Adult in this deck. It clogs up the board. It deals a little bit of damage, but it's flying not so hot.
Yeah. Okay. Smart stuff.
So Mad Massacre off the generated unit, of course, very, very intelligent.
Give me that
gonna die. Yeah. Oh, still draws a card by the way.
Yeah.
Even though it's gone, you're still gonna draw a card off of.
You should hydrate yourself.
Absolutely incredible. See another detonation here in hand.
Yeah, it's gonna help a lot because once he uses all these action cards, it's gonna help the fate-defying Ryu.
And we see the.
Oh yes, he got hit fate-defying Ryu here now.
Letting the damage go through first to trigger the Ji-Young, getting 2 of them on board. Each time those come into play, they do deal 1 damage to your opponent, so that's a little bit of bonus there. Oh, very good. And he predicted which one as well. So the arch being covered. Is he going to be able to get in for the damage? No, he couldn't. He couldn't get it in.
Get out of here. Dark Destruction.
So that was 2 damage missed by Hyako.
Nash.
And here comes Veil Hazak.
Oh, he has to bring out Ryu now.
Yeah, that's a beefy monster.
That's a meaty boy there.
You need to kill him right away.
Yeah.
Destroy.
Double. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Here comes another.
Gonna wait. Make sure that board slot stays full.
Yeah, wait for it. Build some extra MP in the process just in case for the counter.
And of course, with the self-predation, you can
Nope,
heal
he's
in
gonna
response
heal.
if you want.
Or he could go Dragon Lord now if he wants to.
Dragon Lord Judgment here to clear it off and deny the heal. Of course, that would get denied, so he chooses not to. Gonna hang on to that.
Yeah, he's gonna wait for more the board to fill up before using the Dragon Lord Judgment.
Oh, he's gonna prepare.
You see the small tyrant being drawn, getting the heal.
Again.
Going up to a 4-9 from a 4-1.
I can't let it end like this.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I can't let it end like this.
Antibody is up. Of course, that's an easy target for Dark Destruction.
Oh, with the BB Hood, gonna time it just in case. Oh, nice. Good timing.
Good timing. Of course, you don't really want him to tail out to that.
Nice.
Oh no, damn.
Nobody gets the G-Adult in as well.
That was great timing.
This has been very back and forth.
Yeah, very back and forth. Half the time has left. 5-minute max. We're down under.
Oh my god, he's leeching health all the way.
The problem is, the longer this goes, the worse it's going to get for Yo-Yo.
Yeah,
he's starting to run out of cards, and Hyako is generating so much value off these G-Adults and off the revenge cards coming back through his deck, being cycled back through.
Wesker is so good in the end game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You have to kill him fast.
And we are in the end game now.
I mean, this is going to be the point where this is how Resident Evil 5 comes down.
Right.
Wesker's going to take Jill and turn her into a bad person.
No, not really. I don't want to hear spoilers.
Let's change history,
Jill,
please.
we believe in you. Yo-Yo-Lan, do it for us. So the Blood Destiny's still in hand for Hyako. Probably doesn't feel like he needs it in this matchup. It's not. This matchup is not what it's for.
Oh my God! Spreading infection.
Spreading infection, of course. Beefing up the deck a little bit more.
Yes.
Ah.
Let's stall even more. And we're about to get that Dark Destruction 1 AP away.
Right. And most notably, when these zombies die, they're going back into the deck. They all have revenge, right? So as Yo-Yo-Lan keeps running out of cards, Hyko's deck is actually getting thicker. And that's going to be a real problem because you're just going to run out of resources eventually if you can't get the kill.
That's true.
Totally, I can see that. Thank you.
To trade up in the middle, and that's exactly
coming back
what's
stronger, man. And the zombies do give you an extra 1 MP gain after they go away.
Those don't. It's the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ones that we've seen that turn into the 5-2, that's the one you get it from. But the ones that went back in the deck off spreading infection don't get the extra. So we're going to see Selfish Pop here.
Give me that life back.
Getting that life back. If there's any response, looks like it's going to be
The background is very noisy, I can tell you guys right now.
Had it hovered, ready to go. Of course, probably going to go put it on the 2-6 here.
Oh, gonna destroy that.
Man, this is really close.
This is really
15
close.
15 life to 19 life.
And Yo-Yo-Lan still has Liberating Slash in hand, so he does have a heal available to him.
Yeah.
He's just got to find a way to get some damage in because he's really been struggling with that. Of course, he's hovering with the best unit in his deck is in his hand right now, Fate-Defying Ryu. And that's plus antibody.
He's stacking.
And don't forget that Fate-Defying Ryu also gets around Dark Destruction.
Yeah, only 5 MP.
Oh, and finally a good timing. About time.
With the art there.
Yeah, since Ryu is a 6, Dark Destruction won't really affect it.
Dark Destruction doesn't affect it, however, Obliteration does. And there's 3 Obliteration in hand for Hyako right now, and that's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, the problem is the MP.
Oh, he predicted it as well. Nice, Yo-Lan. Okay, how are you gonna go about this?
Like, he's really saving a Ryu.
Well, he's got to. It's how his only.
It's how you play Ryu. You save it until the end.
Play around, setting up for that to be the win condition. Unfortunately, if he can't chip this life down,
We're having a lag.
it's not going to go well because the triple Obliteration in hand is going to just completely destroy that Fate-Defying Ryu. And we see the Ji-Youngs being spawned. Looks like we had a little bit of separation there, but they're back together. There's the Fate-Defying Ryu.
That's 3.
The Dark Destruction cannot take it out. Only the Obliteration, and the Obliteration is currently not available without 6 MP.
And we have under 1 minute left in the match. 1 minute.
He's hovering, and he did get it down there.
Okay.
Oh, my man Nash.
So we're going to see a Liberating Slash come down here almost certainly to take the heal.
Oh.
Plus 9 going to 14. Both players are going to be at 14. Is there any way back into this game for Yo-Yo-Lan?
Yeah, but Wesker has
They're about now even, but Nash is gonna come out soon. Nash.
It's going to generate at least one more no matter what happens. And also that vial's a real problem because when it dies, the corrosion goes into hand for Hyako to remove anything that's left in the deck for Yo-Yo Lan.
So you think he might just let Vial rock?
He kind of has to. If it dies,
He's gonna destroy it and then... Come on, deal more damage into it.
I don't see it. I don't see any.
Looks like Hyako Japan is gonna win.
Especially with Wesker having 3 units on the field, right? And like I said, Bio's untouchable, so that's always guaranteed 2, guaranteed 2, guaranteed 2, because you're so scared.
And there's
obliteration.
Second obliteration on the Nash, of course. You only get 1 liberating slash. You only get that to play that trick 1 time.
Of course, of course.
Alright, and that's removed. Unfortunately, Yo-Yo Lan is entirely out of cards. You can see he's got an empty slot in his hand. He has no more resources left.
Yeah, he totally has got the judgment lobby. He has to wipe out the whole field.
Yeah, once you go now, the Hellbat's still there, but the Dark Destruction goes on and now
just in time.
Out of units. Out of units, doesn't have the anti.
Nearly about time. Plus, this Revenger helps him quite a lot.
This is it. This is it. It's only 10 seconds left, but there's no possible way to push any damage
Yep.
through.
Yo-Yo Lan.
And it's just not enough time.
Nope, he's out of time. He's out of life.
2, 1.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Oh
that is a match.
The crowd going nuts. One of the home team taking it.
The winner from the host region, Hyako.
Oh my, that I know that's the second match of the day. That might be the best match.
That was hype.
That could be the best match of the tournament.
That
right
first
away.
game. The first game, the Morgan, but the non-mirror Morgan match, that was wild.
And then the second match was just so intense too.
A lot of back and forth, but we could see even early on, we could see how it was going. That the resources were generated over and over for Wesker. I think we got the QR code about to come back on the screen for you guys. We're going to keep talking, but be sure and take a look at that. If you missed it the first time around, we'll get that QR back up so you can get your very own secret X.
Oh my God, that was really, really intense. Like you could, it was. I was sweating and I'm not even playing.
Yeah, you can feel it, and the energy just in this room.
The QR code is not working.
Like this is some next level TEPPEN action that's happening, and we've been feeling it all day. The crowd's here. This place has got to be completely sold out.
No, it's completely packed.
Yeah,
when it comes to having events in Japan, like people
Come
are
on.
trying to come and watch. They're trying to watch.
You say it's not working.
That's right.
Oh my God! Like it's. I was just really scared. Like the fact it's a time over match.
Feeling it, yeah.
You don't really see those matches very often. Usually, I would say the average estimated time is kind of like 3-minute mark. Usually, right?
The ideal time match in this tournament will be Morgan, a Fours Morgan versus that DD Wesker, because it's a lot of removal and back and forth and life gain on both sides. So there's no way to kind of make it happen, right?
And Wesker, since the beginning of time, has always been just like that. If I make it to the end.
Yeah,
I win.
You can't win. The revenge, too many cards, too many resources. Yeah. And so, with that, I think we're getting ready to kick it over to Seltzer for the interview with Hyako. And it's this is going to be interesting. I'm really curious as to how this is going to go and what he has to say, because this was a very intense match.
It was very stressful.
And both players played really well, and it was really close in both matches down to the end. So we're going to throw it to Seltzer right now for the interview.
Thank you guys so much. I'm here with our champion, and we talked a lot about the work that goes into being a champion here at this tournament. Tell me a little bit about the practice that you did leading up to the event today.
今日までの試合に向けての練習についてちょっとコメントお願いします。割と今回は先にデッキが公開されていたので、多いデッキに対して他の小生のメンバーに流行っているデッキを使ってもらって、でそれに対して自分が持っていくデッキですごい多く練習をした、繰り返し練習をしたっていうのが一番大事だったかなと思います。
So all the decks were being revealed throughout the website, and a lot of people were using the meta deck, and I was able to practice through a different deck, and will continuous practice made this game my win.
Fantastic. We really loved your Wesker vs. Joe match as well. Talk me through that matchup from your perspective.
今日のそのジルとウェスカーの試合についてちょっとコメントお願いします。
今回はジルが5人持ち込んでてすごい多かったので、何度も練習を繰り返して自分が落ち着いてプレーできるようになれるまで多く練習してきました。
So a lot lot of people were using a gel deck, and we figured out that 5 people were using gel deck. So a lot of practice made me get this win, and that made my mentality stronger.
Fantastic. We talked about the pressure that the Japanese host region is under for this tournament. Do you feel the pressure when you play, and how does that affect you?
日本が主催国として、日本人プロプレイヤーとして、いろんなプレッシャーがあると思うんですけれど、そのプレッシャーをどうこの試合に、生かしてきたかコメントお願いします。練習で自分に自信をつけてきたので、こういう周りが全員観客も日本人ですごい緊張するんですけど、そこでも落ち着いてできるように頑張りました。Going back again, a lot of practice made me calm during the game, and a lot of fans cheering for me made me more calm during the game, and that became my power, and I was able to get the win.
Well, you have the attitude of a professional, so it's no surprise that you were able to claim the victory, but much tournament still remains, so good luck to you going forward. Back to you guys.
Welcome back, guys. So we've had 2 super exciting matches.
Amazing.
I know things are moving kind of quick here between matches. Looks like we might have a little bit of downtime this time. So let's unpack what we've seen so far.
Okay.
Jae-Wong. So there was a lot of hype in that last match, and the first match was kind of a blowout. So let's talk about the last match.
Well, I mean, the first match was a blowout, but the first match of the first match was
first
great.
Game, yeah,
It was a great comeback.
Absolutely.
Right, it was a great comeback for K4 Ryu. Obviously he was super down. Like, I really thought it was completely over, but then he was able to clear the board, put 3 units of his own, and just kind of make that wave of comeback, right?
And we saw him use a card, and it didn't get used to great effect, but it did draw a big response out of his opponent. Liberating Slash.
Yeah,
and this is a card that's kind of defined Ryu a little bit in the modern age of this game.
Okay.
The healing you get off of it, and just or 9 points of removal on your opponent.
Yeah, no, that's great. The fact that you can use them on both sides.
In the blue corner, from the host region. In the red corner, from the USA, Water!
That's a bit late. Come on in.
This is what I'm talking about. You know why? This is my pick to win the tournament. Wata! He is my pick to win the tournament. Not just because of the announcer saying his name, because he's the reason why I got the champion the first season, because he made the Nergigante deck, the black and green.
Sure.
Right? He is the nerd god, and I was like a nerd disciple, right?
Sure.
So I'm definitely rooting for him. And
Somehow he reminds me that he's Asian.
Versus Japan, the host region.
This
right?
water guy looks
And
more
this is
Asian.
something you talked about a lot. Water's one of the people that brought 2 purple decks.
Ooh,
of course he's the nerd god and he has nerd, but he has, and it's not just 2 purple decks, it's the same 30 cards for both Dante and Morgan, playing the same Resonate 30 cards.
Okay.
He is
Wait, what? 30 cards?
particular build of Resonate.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll see Dante and Morgan using like in the 2 out of 3 setting. I just think that, you know, depending on the matchup, that he might use 2 purples, but I do feel like because he's fighting a person that's using another purple, like you were saying earlier, that Nergigante is possibly the counter to purple.
A little bit, yeah,
Right?
and of course his opponent has purple. All the players but one have purple. I think Harambee is the only player that didn't bring a purple list, but his opponent is not on the Resonate. It's on he's on the 3.5 for Tyga. Tyga's also playing Yon, which is probably the most fair, or maybe with Jill, one of the most fair decks.
Like a fair,
a
fair top meta deck.
Right, it's not doing inherently broken things.
Okay.
It's just a lot of ramp, and it's moving fast.
Okay.
But the things it's doing are not like Resonate, right, or Ouroboros, where you're cheating stuff. Like you're literally cheating, right?
Okay.
Like you know, Surge.
Okay,
or,
we have
you know,
Ouroboros,
just the way
Shadowblade,
Halt
Devil's Trigger,
resets the
and
attack
Spike
bar, things
Launch.
like that, where you're breaking the game in your favor.
I believe the Spike Launch is the same as mine, along with Devil Trigger.
Because growth is so strong, and it's also a new mechanic that helps really chunk lead, especially with Yawn, right? You can kind of force Yawn now instead of just like, oh, I hope my unit dies.
And we're moving right into the match here.
Ooh,
so
okay,
we see
Spike Launch.
Tyga brings the Uro and unsurprisingly Water.
Oh no! Oh no, that's the meta! That's the meta Spike Launch!
And interestingly, this is a little bit of a kind of a conservative build on
right
Nerd.
away.
Yeah, slamming the lair, getting ready. Of course, that's
Let me get the MP game.
yeah, you want to get it going. We might see the feline slam down right away. So I've talked to Water before. It's been a while, but like I've talked to Water, and Water is a very big proponent of as much MP as possible all of the time, and accelerate, and use that to your advantage to get ahead of your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're gonna use green, you have to use like the units with MP gain, right?
Absolutely.
So you got the felines, you got the lair, you got the irises.
There's no Iris in that one.
Nothing in the yard yet for,
Okay, he really wants to power up Iris. No. Frontline.
So, yeah, some people had some questions about Water and what he was doing early on because he was winning so hard. Turns out he's just that good.
Yeah.
Turns out he's actually just that fast.
And this Wesker hand's actually not the greatest.
No, it's really bad.
Because it's three rebirths
with nothing to go. However, the Slow Tyrant's about to be in the yard. And if he can time it right here. Oh, and he got an opportunity to use it right here. So now he can bring that Slow Tyrant back if he wants it.
Look at the MP game that's happening. That's so much MP gain. It's crazy.
I believe that's 50, 30, and 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
Oh, he's bringing out another Slow Tyrant.
Outnumbered in hand, the one of outnumbered in hand. Thinking about it, you don't get too many opportunities to use it with the full.
Come on, choose.
Okay, outnumbered. Going down. +2/+2 and +3 HP because the board is full. The rebirth can't be used now. Oh, and just got to pass.
There was a bit of a delay, but why?
Oh, the first rebirth was used. Okay, I was so focused on the Iris. Okay, yeah, that's a big Iris, and that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Of course, now with the corrosion in hand.
Oh,
good,
we got
good
the
answer.
doctor. Ooh, give me that.
Bring out the Dr. William Birkin.
The zombies there. The Slow Tyrant's there. With corrosion in hand, Tyga's probably not too worried about that Iris.
And another lair.
However, by not getting rid of it now, because is gaining MP, right? Water's just getting more and more MP by not using that corrosion. He's allowing his opponent to accrue more resources and get further ahead.
Yeah, he's getting more MP, but now you see the rebirths actually doing more work now, right?
It is.
Every time Tyrant goes down, comes back again, Tyrant again.
And the Ouroboros is now available.
So Tyga is playing on Tyrant. Tyga Tyrant. Nice.
Right here, to counter the
Oh my God.
But the way Tyga has set up against the Spike Launch is brilliant, right? Because the Tyrant isn't going to take any of the damage. That's going to go straight to face. He's at 27 life. He doesn't care. The Slow Tyrant dies. He's okay with that. He gets a fast Tyrant. And he has, what, 20 health on board right now? He's set up incredibly well against Spike Launch.
That's true. +6. Gets some health back in the process. He knows he's about to take some damage, too. Yep, get the feline out.
Yeah, as soon as that fast Tyrant connects, that's 10 damage to the dome.
The tides have turned.
That was so quick. The Spike Launch goes down, but it's not going to matter.
He has a lot of health around there.
All of the damage just goes to face.
Oh my God, full Tyrant.
Fast Tyrant, surrender.
He surrender.
Goodness.
Can we talk about how the starting Wesker hand was bad? It was a starting bad hand.
It was
but
bad.
The rebirths actually paid out with the Tyrant. He just
He's doing okay. Not to sell. The meta is a no. Never bring that Nergigante deck ever, guys. Never bring that Nergigante deck.
By hitting that small window where only the Tyrant was in, he was able to get back, and that let him start recurring.
So did you think that in that situation where he had Spike Launch very early in the game, he should have used it earlier? Because he saved it for a while.
Probably, yeah. Like,
right?
Althoug't it wasn't as big.
Yeah.
Right? Because he'd only taken, what, 6?
He didn't take that much damage.
It was like 6 to 8. He didn't have the full 12 yet.
Yeah.
So, there's some benefit to maybe hanging on to it a little bit longer, but also, at that point, the triple Tyrant is...
Oh my God, those birds are now annoying. And I'm now lagging! Nice! Wow, well done!
You got triple Tyrants. It was one of those things where you really have to pray, like, the math just went correctly in your favor.
And Tyga navigated that so well.
Yeah, it was so
with the Forbidden Fruit, because of the nature of it, it counters Spike Launch by itself.
Yeah.
If you have high health, you don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. Forbidden Fruit, a very powerful card, and a card I'm
Water
very
should not bring
surprised
that deck
Water
ever.
wasn't running in
The
his,
green
in
black
his
meta
Spike Launch.
deck. No.
It's really common in that list, and it's really good in that list, but not running it there, you know, maybe cause him to suffer a little bit, although Triple Tire is just almost impossible to beat.
So now Ouroboros is blocked away Tyga.
That's right.
Right? So now he has... So we know that Water can still use Nergante, which he does.
Alright, what are you gonna bring?
And he's
Again?
I mean, the thing is,
he's locked in on that Nerg.
you did tell me. You were talking about how, like, Nergante is really good against Morgan.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he did. He doesn't want to do the mirror match yet.
Right.
Because eventually the mirror match could happen. Possible. Uh-oh.
And he has...
Brainwash.
Of course, we do see Tyga with the Brainwash. Against Water, it's not like against the Nerd deck, because the Nerd deck has a lot of small values.
That's true.
With the one exception being the Heavenly Kicks Chun-Li.
Yeah.
If you take that, that's
pretty strong. It's pretty strong, right?
But he also has 4 Eyes, don't forget. So he's got a couple ways to snatch some cards here. And of course, the bounce things. Beltway extremely live in this matchup because it can hit every single unit in the deck.
Oh, give me that Iris
the
right away.
aggressive
That's really
Brainwash.
fast. Do you think that's a good play?
Yes,
Not
Iris
really.
is probably the best
Not
target in the
not
deck.
really a good play.
And he has, if you look at the hand, there are
Mostly I'll use Brainwash over some legendary cards, but not epic.
Murder spikes. He has the murder spikes. So
he has to break.
If the murder spikes doesn't pan out and he hits again, it's just a hard break.
He has
He's
to
done
break.
today. Outnumbered. I think he can still fire off the outnumbered. I'm not 100% sure. You might be able to fire off the outnumbered naked. But
No,
I
wait.
think
Water's hand is bad.
It might be over, man.
It's kind of bad.
He may have just drawn into a brick.
No, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually.
No, this hand is bad, Walter. Walter's lost.
Can't do that. You definitely can't. You definitely can't fire the bomb.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can't. And that's it.
That was crazy.
Drawing into the brick and Water.
My pick lost.
2 NA players are gone.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Ryuzu is carrying the hopes and dreams of a
that
continent
early
right now.
Brainwash was insane.
Yeah. And that was a great play. And it's so Iris is either the first or second best target in the deck to Brainwash. So just having it served up on a platter for you, that's it. Of course, Tyga,
I think
super happy to get the win there.
I also think because since Tyga fought against Nergante the first game, he probably knew all the cards that he
had to read on it at that point.
Like, okay, these are all the cards that he has, and this is probably the most threatening is Iris.
When you're playing at this level, you're aware of what Water has done and who he is and the deck that he is known for, and having him bring that deck up twice, you know, if you've got to prepare for it, you've got to know what's in his pocket. So that's you know, probably pretty reassuring knowing exactly what you're going up against there.
That was just insane. The way it just went down like that.
Yeah, and it does feel bad to lose on a brick, always, right? Like it feels like you didn't even get a chance to really get going, but because it wasn't a naturally drawn brick, there's no out to that.
I think, I think that's a common problem. That's a common thing for like dual builds. Yeah, is that you have so many more actions than units. Yes, is that the chances of a brick happening is way higher compared to a mono build.
Right.
But it works different for purple. It works different for purple.
It's a lot of filter and draw and small things that you can do that don't require targets. Because if it's all buffs, right? The problem is when it's all buffs. Yeah, if you can only target your own units with your actions, it becomes a very real problem.
Yep.
When you hit that brick, as opposed to on the Resonate deck, you can just start cycling cards, Nugent Reploids or Foresight or something like that, where you don't need to have anything in board in particular. You can just move your way through your deck very quickly.
I just want to know if Tyga really just thought that, oh, I'm gonna Brainwash Iris, and this is the best play. Because that was an expensive brainwash, especially in the beginning of the game.
But because he wasn't under any pressure and there's not many better targets in the deck,
that's true.
You might as well, right? Like he's not under any damage pressure. And he gets it out of his hand, and now his hand is a lot more flexible because he got rid of a 7-cost card out of his hand. So there's some theory crafting there.
Yeah,
so it looks like Hyako, or excuse me, Tyga might be heading back to our interview station with Seltzer, getting set up for the interview over there. All right. Gonna send over to that interview right now for you.
Thank you guys so much. Here with our champion, and this was a very quick set. So walk me through it from your perspective, especially that first match against Nerg.
本日の第1戦目ですけれども、コメントをちょっとお願いします。ウォーター選手がめちゃくちゃ強いと最初から分かってたし、僕のデッキに不利と分かってたんですけど、まあ自分の全力を出し尽くせたかなと思ってます。
I knew that Water is a big player, and then against Water, I was able to use all my power, and I was able to play my best, so I was able to win.
Well, I know you want to prepare hard for a huge opponent like Water, but was that how you expected it to play out with the surrender in the second match?
ウォーター選手のような、ビッグプレイヤーと最初して、でも第1試合目でそのウォーター選手がサレンダーしたことに関して、それを期待しておりました。
そうですね、もう自分が引いた7コストの支配する魔力、支配っていうカードがめちゃくちゃ強いのは分かってたんで、それを最初から引けてよかったです。
Well, playing against Water, I was able to pull out the Brainwash, which is a big, strong card, and I was really lucky to get that card at the beginning, and that drive me the win.
Well, that set you up for success and a quick 2-0, but we still have a long tournament day ahead of us here, so do you think you'll be so lucky in the future?
まだまだ長いトーナメントになりますけど、いきなりこう 2-0 という形で、勝てたことに関して今後の、試合はどうなりますでしょうか。
一番当たりたくない相手がウォーター選手やったんで、このまま決勝まで突き進んでいけると僕は思ってます。
So the opponent that I most really didn't want to meet was Water. So I got the lucky card right now, and this I think I will be able to go to the top.
Well, thank you so much for your insights and good luck moving forward in the tournament. Now, back to you guys.
Oh,
welcome back.
God, he said I was able to bring out all my power.
All his power.
Bro, his power level was over like 1 million. It doesn't matter what
It's
it was.
over 9,000.
Okay. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. So we've been moving pretty quick here. We're going to move to the next one. We can do a little recap there, but it feels bad to lose on a brick, but it does happen, especially, and you take that risk when you play a deck like that.
True. And, obviously, my pick was Water. He's gone.
Feels bad.
So there's only one more North American player left in the region.
And we'll see Ryuzu. Yeah.
Ryuzu. He was first seed
so he's got
from
a bye.
the NA. So he gets a bye. So we're going to see him play in the second round.
Yeah.
Right? But, we still have more matches for the first round.
Were you surprised that Water ran back the Nerd?
No, I thought that because, in my opinion, like since you're telling me that, like, okay, Nergante is pretty good against Morgan, so I'm just like, oh, Tyga is definitely going to use Morgan the second game.
Sure.
For sure. So then if that's the case, he's going to avoid the mirror match, and it's going to try to get that 1-1 again with Nergigante. But it just didn't work out. It was just, the unfortunate circumstance, right? It's pretty much unforeseen interference at that point.
Very good. Very good.
All right, here you go. Next one.
Oh, there we go. This is the last match of round 1.
Harambee.
In the blue corner, from the EO,
Asia, don't let us down, Asian.
in the red corner, from Asia. Oh, yeah!
Was that supposed to be Ebony Ivory?
Bro, he is big.
And welcome back. And Harambee coming out.
He's mad built.
The pound on the chest.
Dude.
I see what he's talking about now.
Yeah,
The commitment to that guerrilla lifestyle.
Oh my God.
Wow.
He's about to go bananas on him, bro. Oh my God.
I already used that one.
Is he eating banana right now? Harambee?
Oh yeah. So Harambee, the only player to bring Rathalos.
The only person to not use Morgan.
And the only person to not use Morgan.
Yeah.
So an interesting selection. 3 pretty fair decks.
What? Ryu Shinko Duken? That's a pretty good.
It's a fair deck. It's a control deck, but it's a fair deck. It's not inherently like doing the resonate things.
True.
Or the Uro things. Yeah. But it's really good.
Out of the 3, Ryu's is the best deck.
Probably, although Yon Lee is really good.
Yon Lee is really good.
And we haven't seen it too much yet. I suspect we're going to see it in the later rounds, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's just that they were just being too careful because, like you were saying, that it's very fair.
Right.
So I guess in a situation where you're playing single elimination 2 out of 3, you want to bring the cheap stuff.
That's right. I think the Omni deck is really good here, and he's running Soul Offering, which not everyone is running. And Soul Offering is one of the it's a very high risk, high reward card. But you seal your guy, you give him a big buff, and suddenly that might be enough by itself just to make it across.
Yeah, he's the only one that uses a card that's past 5.
Yep.
Every other Yon Lee deck that we've seen here
all 5 and
is
under.
all 5 and under.
That's right, because you don't want to overdo it. But because it's an action, it's not quite so risky.
True.
We have Harambee here, and it looks like he might be queuing up this Rathalos though.
So his favorite hero in his interview is that Rathalos is his favorite hero no matter what.
Yeah.
So he is going to be that guy that comes here. You know what? I don't care if you nerf my Rathawoken. I actually don't care.
Oh, Rathawoken, Shinku Hadoken, Ouroboros, and
my character.
The commitment is there.
Jill on steroids.
Jill
is on steroids.
To the World Championship.
This is the other Oni dual color deck. So,
yeah, it's possible. Is he gonna have more redemption with it? We're gonna find out as the players are queuing in. We get this sweet animation. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, antibody activation.
Yeah, and so it is the Jill against the Rathalos. This is a little bit of an interesting matchup.
It's a mix, of course.
That's still the most competitive art from Rathalos, even though it did get nerfed.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little more board control focused now because you don't get the combo. Nobody's running Reckless Charge anymore.
Yeah, nobody. It went from 1 to 3.
Because it went 1-3. Yeah, and it's just hard. I think it would still be worth running 1 copy as a surprise finisher, right?
Just in case.
As a surprise, but he ended up not doing that. He is running the big Diablos, which could be fun. So we see the Iris coming down.
Yeah, we're gonna put the shield up.
Yeah, and of course Iris great here against the detonate, and interestingly doesn't use a detonate before playing the second bat. So a detonate was lost there.
Okay, target
attack buff's coming up.
Okay, I get why he used that card. I get it. Destroy the bottom. No, not the bottom. Why?
A little comfortable doing that. Not a great hand here for Ada. So you can see Harambee sitting on 5 MP, and we saw this in the last match with Water on Nurg, and people are wondering, well, why do you only get half the resources if you're playing 2 colors?
Yeah.
Your total MP bar is halved. Now it still generates at the same rate as everyone else. Of course, that can be modified by cards like that we see on the screen right now. But because you're playing multiple colors, you go down to 5, and if you go to 3 colors, by the way, it goes all the way down to 3.
Yeah. So it's very rare we'll see those colors, but dual builds was very popular.
Does it shield?
Rathalos and Ergante, and as you see from in this tournament right here, the 2 that really works on it is the Monster Hunter character.
Yeah. Hey, Rathalos is working pretty well right now, though.
I mean, yeah.
The hand is not great for Ada. He's struggling a little bit.
The combo is here.
Going down, but regardless, with a Maki or another layer to replace it, yeah, more attack buffs coming out. The Rathawoken is available, 28 AP, so it's ready to go.
And the Neon Tiger is really strong.
And you've got to wonder if maybe Ada's regretting that wasted detonation early on.
Does he fully have explored 3 times? I believe he did. Yeah, he must have explored 3 times already.
It's starting to get a little bit scary, especially if it's about to get up in the air.
Okay, gonna get the Nash, get the trade.
Nash is down, gets the trade, but there's the Rathawoken coming up, something we've seen a lot in this game's history. Not as much lately. And now that Iris is presenting a big problem in that it has only 2 hits, and that's it.
And reset. Yeah, of course. I also do that.
And there's not a lot of good answers.
Too late.
Yeah, with the shield as well.
Nice evasive action on the Nash.
The aggressive evasive action on the Nash. Nash is way less scary after the evasive action. Resetting the stats to base. 1-5, not so scary.
This is not going to do anything.
And
Ryu's not going to do anything.
Ryu's not going to be able to get through because of the shield.
Okay.
Even with the antibody, though, because the shield is in the way, it's going to eat all the damage up front, and only the 6 damage is going to carry through. Or the 4 because of the buff.
Oh, here comes the stealing. Nothing the Rit can do.
Yo, Harambee? With the Rathalos?
And I think the Rathalos is going to take a game, just proving commitment to the character, making it happen.
Look at him pop off. Look at
a little redemption
pop off.
for 2 color decks, getting 1 back for Water, being the only players bringing the 2 color decks to this event, and wow, lots of
the thing about that match is that
He's
you just
choosing
saw
1.
the MP characters just work. Lair, Iris, I got shields up, my MP is fast. What are you gonna do?
And we're out here in the jungle of Teppen.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's getting a little monkey business action.
Yeah, especially when like you just wasted your destruction, right? You wasted those cards. So the fact that you wasted those cards is that you couldn't just take me down. You couldn't. Iris was just stacked. Plus 9 attack with shield, bro. How you stopping it? And flight. Come on now.
And flight. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with that. Harambee came into this, and what he had said early on indicated he didn't feel he was one of the most competitive players here, right?
Yeah.
Like he felt like I'm here to make some puns, bring a little levity to the event, perhaps. Yeah, I did well, but I
you
don't
definitely
feel like
did
I
not.
win this, and yet here we are.
You
with
definitely
a
did
great
not.
win off Rathalos in game 1.
What if that was his floor? What if he did it on purpose? To make me think I was
Yeah. But he's been going hard. He was on that secret tech of Rathalos. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Right, so now we're not going to see any more Rathalos.
For now.
Yeah, okay.
We might see it again, right?
Yeah, we might.
Shinku against
Jill
Jill again.
Interesting. Ada running back the Jill, and we saw this before, where the run back without switching, when you have the option to switch, and you stay on the same deck. And this is something that's an interesting philosophy, is if you want to stay on the same deck because you feel it's the best, or if there's a little bit of back of your mind commitment once you've started.
So we call that the salty.
He's gonna use Jill. I guarantee he might gonna be using Jill.
I'm actually salty that my Jill just got washed like that. So let me run it back.
Interesting. It's the technical term, that gambler's fallacy, right? Where you feel invested already.
Oh, you're not gonna play anything?
That's better than the technical term. And oh boy!
That
we got the legendary Jill on board, and suddenly with the veil, and the quick liberating here. Oh no! And the second Bashin reel. That was a lot that happened very fast. Let's break that down.
Yeah.
The Jill came down. The Explorer off of the Hellbat, trying to fire the Bashin reel to get the second Explorer. Each time the Explorer goes off, that legendary Jill gets another effect.
Yes.
And so, really wanting to use the Bashin reel, getting the second Bashin reel awakening on that bat gave a second Explorer, and suddenly that Jill has combo now.
I mean, that Veil is strong, but it doesn't stop. Stuff like that.
And we're seeing the spread damage, and that's it.
Jill's gone.
That was very well navigated by Harambee.
that was good.
Keeping his calm, that's a big problem. That might be the most problematic card in the deck for him, and he navigated it beautifully.
And it's a similar situation from the first game with the Rathalos, is that he's the one with the units on board. Like, he's always the one with units on the board.
The ball. He's gonna go for the ball.
He's doing something interesting with the Ryu deck.
No, not the ball. The ball has more attack.
There's been a lot of conversation.
What are you doing?
It doesn't do anything. Yeah. It's a 3-cost 4/3, so it's a very aggressive body.
Oh, okay.
With a 4 attack coming up front. 7 stats for 3 is pretty common, but not in that particular layout. So the fact that it doesn't have a
he's gonna have to play Ryu anytime.
It's just a vanilla card, but because it's 3, it triggers a lot of these growth units,
It's just
like
a big
Rashid,
body.
like Chill Penguin.
Yeah, it's just a big body. It's just there, just to like be annoying.
And it's an aggressive body, and if it connects, that's a lot of value for only 3 and 4. The Fate-defying Ryu, of course, with the antibody activation, a classic pairing, so good together. That Rashid's about to eat a lot of pain. And the Hadouken's there, but the shield's in the way. You got to do something about that shield.
He said it. I can't let it in here.
Can't let it in here. A well-timed guy could potentially chip that shield, do the 2 damage as well.
That's true. And then
Don't tell me Ada is gonna win.
he's
he wants it all. Oh no, he missed his opportunity there. Yeah, he may have had a great opportunity to make that happen and flip the axle into the Ryu.
Nice.
The trust him and suspicion. No shield in hand.
Is able to blast that right after this match.
And here comes the Hadouken. Here comes the Hadouken.
So he's gonna fire up the Hadouken. He's also gonna take that 9-point healing by killing off his own guy.
Yeah. Ooh, you see that? What?
Hadouken over Hadouken.
Dimitri, the second antibody ready to go, bringing it back again. Saying, okay, you dealt with that. How about this one? It's not quite as scary as the Ryu, but it's still a 5/8, and it's still a little bit of a problem with that shield on there.
Dimitri is pretty strong.
Dimitri's pretty strong. We got 2 Thunderstorms.
Gonna charge up. No, you're an idiot.
Interesting that he chose to do it there. Yeah, could have maybe chained things off a little bit better. But he can throw the guy plus the Hadouken here to deal with it, and then there's not another. Oh, but the shield. So he's gonna have to make this work very carefully.
No, he has to do it fast.
He could do either Hood or Guy, but he's got to be quick when he does it. Yeah, nice, he got there.
Smart stuff.
He did
Smart stuff.
And because using a unit and an art, there's no opportunity to respond.
That was a good 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Now empty board. No units on the board.
Empty board. It was a little bit
Jill is in the lead.
He put that in the middle lane because all of the damage could have gone straight across, and then it would have been 8 health on the Dimitri, and the Hadouken would not have finished it off.
That's true.
So he
but another Dimitri.
Again.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah. All right.
Deja vu again?
You dealt with the first one. You dealt with the second one. Can you deal with
the double
third one and
shield?
the extra shield going on? We might see the cool-headed Devil Hunter here just to chip a shield off. It'll be interesting to see if he chooses to use it.
I don't think so.
Harambee, no, and Harambee looking a little nervous there.
Yeah, double shield.
Just trying to figure out how to get around this.
I mean, he has two guys.
He has two guys.
For
he
the
has two Thunder Slimers as well, so he certainly has things to play. He can't afford to take yet another hit here. Yeah.
Yep.
So one shield down.
It's all sacrifices.
Oh,
but the
no,
Nash,
and the Nash, and there's a lot of pressure coming down now.
And Ryu does
I believe this is good as over.
Available, needs 8 more AP.
Yeah, he's gonna fire off the cool-headed Devil Hunter. If there's a response, he could also fire off the Dragon's Lord, the Dragon Lord's Judgment. No response though, so he's gonna have to eat a little bit of pain here. And if he takes this, he's dead.
Oh, time's up. Not even close.
Off the Nash, pushing 3 and 3 again.
Very, very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. So finally getting a game 3. I think Harambee had a couple chances in there to maybe line his removal up a little bit better and save himself some MP or some life.
Oh yeah.
He took a couple hits there he didn't necessarily need to.
Yeah, it could be also maybe he knew that he didn't want to take those hits, but his timing could be off because he was nervous, like you were saying earlier, that he was kind of not playing as how strong he was in the first game.
We know he's locked into that Ryu now because he already got the Rathalos win.
But what's the second pick?
So we don't know Ada's second deck yet. Yeah.
I mean, this is already lock on. Ouroboros versus
Resonate Morrigan. You think it's gonna be the Morrigan?
I'm telling you, if you have a
Ryu.
Morrigan, you're gonna be playing Morrigan.
That's fair. It's pretty good. We saw it work out pretty well last time.
Yep.
In the previous match. And I think they're getting queued up here. They're getting ready to go. Yeah, definitely a little bit of maybe some misplays there from Harambee.
It was very misplayed. But the thing is, this is the type of game. It's like it's very intense, right? You have to be good on reactions. You have to make the hard reads. It's so different compared to just like other games, right? You have to be on point, right? So it's one of the things that like if you're not on point, if you're not fast enough, you're gonna be taking unnecessary damage, and that's something you don't want to do, especially in this game.
Yeah.
Games go by so fast.
Yep. It's quick, it's fast-paced, and I mean this is what draws people to it, though, right? In that it's this very unique hybrid of a lot of different things. You know, yeah, it's easy to say, yeah, it's a card game and a fighting game rolled into one, but like,
all right,
it feels
Ouroboros
like
versus
there's a
Ryu.
lot more than that. Like the mix of the two has just created this kind of alchemy that works really well.
Yeah.
It better be a good game.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
Oh, it is the Wesker. The Uro, a good choice here. Of course, we saw how well the life gain can pan out.
Yeah. Well, it's different because, like you were saying earlier, usually Dark Destruction is the one that really kind of, just removes characters and everything. So what's the difference between Ouroboros versus Ryu, Shinkoduken?
So with the Uro, you are playing for the long game still, and the hand here for Ada is ridiculous.
Okay.
The Tyrant and the Gormagala with the Possessing Malice to send one back and bring it back so he could generate a fast Tyrant, bring
Nobody's
the
gonna play shit.
and the Rebirth to bring it back in. Also Living Death, one of the most powerful cards in the game. Living Death.
He's gonna reach A and destroy the monster, I see.
From play, completely gone, not the graveyard. It's
Oh, too late.
And then you get each player brings 3 of their units in their graveyard back into play, and because of the units you're playing, Gormagala, Shigeru Magala, the Tyrant, you're at an inherent advantage because your units are just better.
You're gonna bring the big boys.
The biggest boys, that's right. So like, just waiting for them to die, and suddenly the board is entirely his if he wants it to be.
Yep. All right, he's gonna do the Reaper.
Stand
And
against
it's
the
gonna
god.
You think you can stun this? Bro, I'm sorry. The animation, the voices.
Trying to lower their attacks, I see.
And it already feels like Harambee might be a little out of his depth here in this
No?
matchup.
You're not gonna bring out Kushamagala more again?
It's gonna be very tough to beat. The Hadouken is ready, but what are you gonna Hadouken? You want to put something in his yard for him to bring right back?
It doesn't matter.
It's not gonna feel too good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay. Here we go.
So he's gonna get rid of the slow time. And
both goes down.
They both go down, but this is sitting here, and he's just now
waiting.
Ada can just wait. All he can do is wait.
Building the MP.
Let his opponent fill his board up, and then Living Death, and that's it. Yeah.
He has 8.
He has 8. He's just chilling though. He's perfectly happy to chip
and
4
Harambee
times.
doesn't really have much options.
He's holding the Living Death. He's just waiting for this exact thing to happen, right? Oh, you're just gonna do these 2 things? Cool. Let's
reach out, everyone.
And,
okay, I see now.
Oh boy. So those are gone. Each player gets 3 units out of their graveyard. Hey, how about 3 Tyrants. So I think
and a Dark Destruction.
we
and a
no, it's
Ouroboros
Uro.
ready.
Yeah. We saw this a little bit earlier, right? 3 Tyrants. I think that went pretty well for the player that got this last time.
Yep.
It's going to go pretty well this time, too.
Here we go.
Unlimited power. Kusha Magagala, give me health.
Oh, and by the way, you get a heal off that. And
This is a big deck. Using Ouroboros requires a lot of big numbers.
removal, rebirth.
This is not looking good.
This
He has
is
BB Hood.
so
He could get the
brutal.
Shinkoduken plus the BB Hood. Yeah, take that away. So now it's an empty board.
It would seem like others will be winning it.
Oh, he got it.
Oh.
Nothing, no response at all. Stuck with the Bulldrome in hand. Feels bad.
All units, not much MP to work with.
Up.
Oh boy, possessing Malice, and again with no removal, and he knows he had no removal because he would have used it on the previous one. That was a great read from Ada, being very aggressive. Just gonna take the heal there. Gonna keep filling up the board.
Filling the MP.
Oh, he's just waiting. Yeah, because he's just gonna obliterate whatever gets put in the hand. So
it out.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Oh, great timing there.
It's over.
And there's nothing to be done.
Ada won.
Yeah, he spends all his MP.
Taking the win, bringing one for APAC. Harambee showed out well. Got a win on the Rathalos. Your time is done, my friend. No more monkey business.
No more monkey business. You should let him rock with 2 Rathalos, man.
Maybe you should just run twice with it. Just bring the blazing wall. Yeah, sure. Oh.
That was just the perfect Ouroboros hand.
Yeah, that was.
It was such a good hand.
It was.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
really good. Like that was a great draw. And you know, that's what I'm talking about. It's a game-breaking deck in that it doesn't get the same rep as like Resonate in terms of like the insane power level.
Yeah.
But if it just does things where if you keep bringing back these insane cards out of your graveyard over and over and over, like it just wears down everything.
It's just the Tyrant, especially the fact that once he dies, here comes a stronger one.
Yeah.
And then you can just keep bringing back the Tyrant. You're literally bringing back 2 units for 1 card.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And you can kind of equate the deck with the Temptation Morrigan because Surge and Living Death feel very similar in that it's one big action that has a huge game swinging effect. I think we're going to get the QR code back up for you guys.
Ooh.
Hey, if you missed the QR code before, if you're just coming in now, be sure and get your device out to scan the QR code for a secret X that looks so fresh. And I know there's
I'm
a lot of
scanning.
X out there. Not a lot of X in this
And
event.
nothing came
Turns
out.
He's not in the best place right now, but I know there's a lot of fans that want to see him get a little bit better. So take advantage now.
When you win an X, you feel good about it.
I don't think I've ever tried or succeeded.
There's a couple of times.
I mean, you see
you
this,
wanna
guys?
play X sometimes, and if you get the perfect hand and you win,
I've never wanted to play with X.
Searching.
You don't want to do
I get Google.
No.
Is this really shitting card work?
I like winning on the left.
Distribution is only available. What do you mean?
Come on, man. X needs some love too, bro.
Oh man, yeah, just
X is cool. I don't care what.
No, X is cool for sure, but cool doesn't get wins.
Sure, but sometimes it's not just about winning. It's about playing. It's about enjoying what the characters can offer, the cool combos, right? All that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's good, but we're here and there's a lot of money on the line.
Hey.
And if you want to win, you ain't bringing X.
Hey, Harambee won a Rathalos game.
He did.
He won one game.
And now he's out of the tournament.
That's because he couldn't use 2 Rathalos.
Maybe that's true. Maybe it's so hard.
If he was able to use 2 Rathalos, it would be way different.
Totally.
You know, maybe you're onto something here. Maybe it is just bring it all.
2 hours in, not much views.
I think Ade is getting set up with Seltzer for the interview backstage. We're gonna throw it over there in just a minute. I hope all you guys were able to get a hold of that sweet secret X. It looks really cool.
Oh, you're not allowed to play him.
What?
You're not allowed to get the QR code since you don't like X.
All right, that's fair. I can live with that.
So yeah,
I got the Rathalos. This is way cooler.
I didn't get shit.
That's true. Rathalos is cool.
Oh man.
You see how he'd be dancing after the win pose? It's actually sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it's like a pop-off.
So you know, obviously you like Street Fighter. People might be aware that you're a Street Fighter fan.
So nice.
Yeah, there's the X.
He's like this.
I'm a Monster Hunter fan. That's my jam for Capcom. So like, I like that. So we're going over to Rachel for the interview right now. Seltzer, take it away.
Thank you guys. I'm here with Ada after that incredible match. We finally had all 3 games of a matchup, so that was very exciting there. But in that first match, when you lost, what did you learn about your opponent?
最初の1試合目で、負けたと思うんですけど、その1試合目で、相手の何を、掴むことができましたか？
第一局你输了，你从那个输了的第一局，你就是能够从对方那里得到认识什么？得到什么认识？
第一局输的时候，其实有预测到，因为那个牌组非常不利。可是我原本就是抓紧第二局、第三局会连胜，所以一切都在掌握中。
第1セットは確かに負けましたけれど、それは計算通りです。しかも引いたカードも不利でした。だけれど落ち着いて第2と第3を勝ち取ろうという計算ありました。
So the first match that I lost was in my plan. The card that I pulled was not very good at the first set, but on the second and third match I was able to play when I was in the relaxed mode, so I was able to win this last 2 matches.
So this was all part of the plan. Tell me what went into your planning and preparation for this tournament.
すべてこう計画通りということですが、練習や準備の段階でどういったことを行ってましたか？
好像看来都是按照你计算好了的进行的。那你平常在练习的时候呢，想考虑到一些什么事情呢？
平常练习的时候，其实我就害怕那种打快攻的，然后其实平常练习的时候就是非常害怕，可是在台上的时候，我觉得我能主导一切这样。
普段練習した時心配したのはやっぱり速攻されたらどうしようというのプレッシャーありましたけれど、でも今日はそういうプレッシャー感じなかったです。
When I was practicing, main practice method was when the opponent rushed, give me rush attack, but for today I was able to play in a relaxed mentality when they performed the rush attack, so I was able to win.
Fantastic. All that practice paid off. But there's one thing you can't practice for in this game, and that is luck. So you had Living Death, a very lucky spell play there. Tell me what you were thinking when that card played out. Living Death.
レビンデスというカードがあるんですけれど、そのカードが、この試合で出てきた際に、その運について、どう感じられましたか？
你今天抽到的那一个卡，你觉得你有那个运气吗？
我其实第3场的时候，我就一直在祈祷我能抽到那一手好卡，真的给我祈祷到了，我就非常幸运。
第3試合の時から祈っていました。そのカードぜひ引いて自分に引いてほしいと祈っていました。予想通り、祈った通りです。
So I was praying for the Living Dead to come at the third set, and my prayer has come true.
I'm happy for you, and that means you're going to be moving on in the tournament, so we'll see more from you later on today. But for now, back to you guys.
Welcome back, guys. So that's round 1 in the books, Jay Wong. Congratulations to Ada, to Tyga, to Hyako, and of course to KO for making it on to round 2.
You're sure about that? I mean, playing Ouroboros in this kind of tournament, you're gonna need like a lot of big units, Devajo, Kushamangajala, Tyrant. If you want to get more XP, you might have to go for the zombie, not the infected zombie, the shining zombie which is crawling on the floor. I'm not sure why they share the same name, but they have different abilities. They should really change it somehow.
Gotta get that Living Death, and we saw what it did. Looks like Triple Tyrant's the soup of the day here at Worlds. We've seen it twice now. Yeah. Triple Tyrant just doing so much work. Yeah, so that's been wild, man. I'm super excited to see these 1 seeds coming in now.
The first seeds coming in, and I mean, your
big boys
pick
coming
to win the tournament is Ryuzu from North America region.
And I think we are going to see him next. Ryuzu and KO should be our next match. KO won first, so cycling back around to the top left corner of the bracket if you're tracking the bracket at home.
And KO actually played very well in the first match.
Sure played very well. I was impressed.
Very, very well. And, you know, I'm just looking at the chat, and K-Rad's talking about Dante and all that stuff. K-Rad, I hope Dante never shows up in this tournament. I hope Dante's not here. Trish has always been. There's always Trish cards.
Maybe salty about the loss that he banned me.
We're gonna play the more superior purple character, which is clearly Morgana A.N.S.Lantern.
What?
That's her full name.
Oh wow, blew me away there.
Yeah.
Little did I know.
See, it's right there.
Oh, Morgan A.N.S.Lantern. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but we say Morgana.
Why?
Just because it's more height.
Oh.
Morgana.
Oh, all right.
You know what I
See,
mean?
this is news to me. So, thank you for the insight there, Jay Wong. And hey, guys, if you're just joining us here, the first round of this event at TEPPEN World Championship 2019 has just passed. I'm Horrible Chopstick. I'm here with a man you might recognize, Jay Wong, the 9-time champ, on the desk with me, calling these games. We've got Seltzer over in the interview booth on the other side of the venue, talking to the players after they get their wins, moving on. Everybody chasing that 30 million yen top prize.
It's a really big prize, right? And
It's a really big prize.
And
it's a lot of
obviously,
money.
this is the first year for this game, right? And they're already like, you know what? We're going to tournament. Why not? And right now, we're going to go to the next game.
Round 2. Jay Wong, are you ready?
Bro, I mean, this is your pick.
Core 4 again.
This is my guy.
Okay, 4.
This is the last NA hope.
Taylor played very well.
In the blue corner, from the EU. From the
I wonder what Ryuzu's got when his walkout.
Alright, this will be the last match before I end the stream. Oh, Ryuzu. I heard of him from one of KSK Chat. KSK Chat told me about Ryuzu, and I thought he might be Ryuzu, the one I heard about.
Okay.
The stare down. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping Ryuzu would bring the guns out.
The guns out?
Yeah.
You know, it's...
He's built.
Okay, so let's talk about Ryuzu. This is your pick,
my
right?
pick.
To win the tournament. He was also...
The announcers are not supposed to pick who they are trying to vote for.
My thing is, you could be number 1 on the leaderboard.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you're going to win the tournament.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Single elimination, 2 out of 3, it's always different. The
His face is really
usually
circular.
that's in the leaderboard in any game is never the best player of the tournament.
So you're right, and I agree with you, and that's why he wasn't my pick initially when I came in.
Yeah.
But after talking to him, and I found out he was playing the ladder and getting number 1 on the leaderboard, and he was also doing like tournament grind on top of that for 6 hours a day, just prepping for this event. And he's just living that all-in TEPPEN life every day for like months on end at this point. I was like, all right, he's putting in all of the work. I believe in Ryuzu.
I think it's possible that every region, though, like right now, the host region, there's 3 players left.
Yeah, they're all in it still.
3 of them are there.
Yeah.
So, you know, they could be on the same thing.
Yeah.
EU could be on the same thing.
It's true.
Right?
Maybe Kater's
Asia
been
Pacific could be the
grinding,
same thing.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure everyone's grinding, especially if you're getting this invitation, right? This chance, this opportunity to win all this cash, right? All this yen, plus the Nissan Skyline.
Plus the Skyline,
A
man.
Nissan
I want the
Skyline.
Skyline. That Skyline
Plus
is
the Nissan
sweet.
Skyline. You get all that, right? Oh, I'm not going outside. We're not going anywhere. I'm staying inside playing all day.
18 hours. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Might as well.
You gotta get a little bit of sleep. Hopefully the players have been able to get some sleep, get well rested here. Ryuzu looks like making his selections. We see Kaor has queued up the Ryu.
Yeah.
Not that surprising. We saw him play very well on Ryu.
The Ryu was very strong
at first. Yeah, in his first match.
And this is a very strong advantage for the first seeds of the tournament because they haven't played yet.
Right.
So the people that won the first round, the players, they don't know what kind of strategies.
Ryuzu might be bringing his Jill Valentine deck, I believe.
But the first seeds were able to see.
No, he has Temptation and Yawn. For finally, we get to see a Yawn movement here.
Do you think there's any nerves there though, since they haven't been up on the stage and the players in the first round have already been on the stage and now they're comfortable with the process?
It's possible because for me, the most nervous I'll ever be is always the first round that I personally play. So even if I have a bye that puts me in the second round, right? That's for me, it's considered my first. So it's possible that since he might get nervous, this is his first round. And like I said, most of these players, they're young, right? Yep. This is their opportunity to become like a world champion. So you're going to feel some type of way, right? And we're going to go into matches.
Here we go.
Chun-Li.
Oh, Chun-Li against Ryu.
Ryuzu saying,
Okay.
I'm playing this Chun-Li. Maybe I need to put a little respect on Chun-Li's name here. And a very nice hand there. Deciding to keep it, of course. Yeah, that's a great hand to hang on to for sure.
That's a lot of
got
growth.
the G, got the Diablos, and you got the ZZ Dagger.
He's gonna have to seal the penguin.
Is such a critical component in the Chun-Li deck. So I want to talk a little bit about something with the Yawn.
Okay.
So Yawn, the arch for Chun-Li here, it puts an effect on a unit, and when that unit leaves play, you gain 4 MP.
Okay.
Notably, it specifically leaves play, not dies. So there's cards like Dream of Restoration that put a unit back in your X pocket. If that unit has Yawn on it, guess what? You gain that 4 MP. Oh,
the
hey,
copy.
I'm gonna flip an Axel, and we saw some good Axel play in round 1 from Kaor. Looks like he's going for it here.
Nothing you can do.
Well, snapping off.
That was right away. Right away.
And the G's not as big, however, it's big enough right now
to take it out.
Okay, he's gonna let it die. A slow but nice hand here for Ryuzu on the Chun-Li.
But G goes down
with the Iris. The G does go
He
down.
may get the units, but he got the
He
bot
got
now.
both level ups.
He's got the bot.
Yeah, but did G do its work? Because right now Ryu has 2 units on the board.
It's true.
Right? The Axel definitely helped because he stole the G back.
We're about to see a quick play here, though. The Yawn on to the Diablos. Big Yawn. Feeling sleepy. Gonna get that Yawn trigger. Iris there for the level up. Building the body. And now with 2 Dream Restoration in hand, he can trigger that Yawn at will. Doesn't have to wait for that unit to die.
That's true. He could get the life back. He's gonna take it out the way.
The Hadouken's going down. The man, you can see the MP spike right there.
God, the Heavenly.
Oh, and Heavenly comes
Bro,
down.
so much is going on.
And right after
So
the Hadouken
much
is the best
shit.
time to play the Heavenly kicks, of course. Also a Dream of Restoration at hand, pretty good.
Yeah, so much went on, right? Because you just saw Chun-Li come out, Rashid came out.
You have the 2. Use the 2. Bring Chun-Li back in your hand. Do it. Do it, Ryuzu. Do it. No!
I wonder why he did that. His opponent had no actions in hand. He would have absolutely saved it. Right, he didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
He had 2.
You gotta make a read.
He had 2, and they only cost 2, and he could have used both in a chain.
I'm telling you, it might be the nerves too.
Maybe.
It's possible that the nerves. This is his first match of the day.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for the Dream there because he didn't use 1. Iris quick flip on the Basarios into the Gravios. And
No, do
now
not,
Gravios
do not, do not,
level up
do
and take
not.
something out. You don't want to take out something with only 1 damage, though. Yeah, he's gonna wait until something else hits the board.
And chill.
A little bit slow there, and it only hits the shield on the Penguin. Yeah.
Stew, the penguin.
We've seen him use it now with 2 a little shaky plays.
It's okay
He's
because
still good.
the thing is he can afford the life, especially because that Dreams of Restoration.
He's got the 2
He got
dreams,
2 of them.
And I believe he's only running the 2, so I think he has both of them in hand.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, it comes Diablos.
Yeah.
Lost 6 health.
There's the Diablos. It's a problem card for a lot of matchups. Ryu particularly struggles against it because it can get up to 18 health total. So we do see the Yawn there, and if it takes some damage, we may see it Yawn.
That will not be enough.
It's not gonna kill.
And now he's got to go for the Dream on it now, right? Surely he wants to. It's not going to work out well if he tries to lead with it, though.
Yeah.
Now he has the option to lead. If he
might
waits.
power it up.
If he waits, we got Dream here. And
Bring back Diablos into your hand.
should be able to win this.
Yes.
Opponent can only use 1.
No, no, no. Do not take the chance. Do not take the chance. Return it again. Return it again.
Or by firing the level up here. Yeah, and now maybe he wants to go back into the level up.
He's thinking about it.
He's thinking about how he wants to do this.
This is scary.
Okay, he does go with the Dream. I think that's the safer play.
Okay.
Guarantee the life gain. And you're going to need that life gain if you want to play that Diablo skin because it's going to cost 6 to drop back onto the board.
But it's just that he just lost that extra +7 health though, right? So that's the scary part. So now you're pretty much breaking even by summoning him again.
Right. He does have the level up in hand though, so he can force the level. So if he can get it to level 2, he can force the level 3, which is +6 HP.
Yeah.
Because doing it here, you only gain 2 attack. It's not great.
Not enough. You need health.
Oh, to level.
To level. He's just going to go for it. He's very lucky he draws the shield there.
Yeah, the
because
shield's
now it
gonna
gives
help
him a lot of flexibility.
Cover up.
In this particular case, Grizzle veteran at 6 triggers already, so that's 6 damage being spread.
Oh boy.
The Dragon Lord.
Oh,
he drew it.
That
So the
was
level up.
so fast.
How's the Dragon Lord's going to go down?
Oh my God, that
fine.
took a lot.
Yeah, it took a lot, but it's fine.
That took a
It was
lot.
a pretty good split for Ryuzu. The GP game's going to go off. It's a 6-11.
Ooh, there goes Chun-Li.
Switching into a G. He's got the G and he has the Iris. He's almost to 10 MP, so he's going to be able to get both of them down onto the board.
He's just waiting. Yep, there you go.
1,
Boom.
2. That G is big.
With the Chun-Li yawn?
Yeah, because Ryu has to deal with
Oh my
that
God,
Diablos.
what a swing.
Oh my goodness. And just hovering the
It might be a wrap.
It might be so. It's so much HP to have to deal with. That's 26 HP on board plus a shield.
Oh my God.
Oh, she said
Ryuzu won, I say. Ryuzu have officially. Oh, that's fast.
No shields for you, Mr.
It doesn't matter because he can't even do anything to with the Hadouken anyway.
The trust is there. The Hadouken will be able to take out the Diablos, but guess what? If you take out that Diablos, the Yawn is going off, the MP is coming back, G is there, Eve is there. Too many options here, and we see the power of the Yawn deck. This is what I was talking about. I was surprised we haven't seen the Yawn deck yet.
Yeah, that's not going to help at all.
Not gonna help much. No.
With the evasive as well. Too many options. Diablos clears the board again, just hovering the G to replace the G. Only 1 damage.
He's being desperate right now.
No unit to use it on for himself, so he's not going to be able to gain the heal.
Yeah, it's not going to really help a lot. He's just spending his MP at this point.
An evasive on the G, sure, why
G's
not?
still alive. Oh,
Thank you for the health. K4.
He's just looking for anything.
Yeah, he's just doing
no
something.
MP.
It doesn't matter at this point.
Gets a great split there. It does
Oh,
matter.
oh.
It does matter. MP is full.
But Ryu, bring out the monsters.
Yeah. KR just completely out of healing, used his liberating already, and now the Eve is just going to hover, and it's going to trigger anything that goes in the way, yeah. That's it.
Oh.
The G got through.
Nice.
And Ryuzu.
You know, it was really crazy because
Ryuzu, damn.
he was really looking good at first.
Yeah, no,
he was
really
playing
well.
good. Right, Ryuzu was doing some like kind of questionable plays. You could kind of tell he's kind of nervous as well
But
too.
do you think his nerves settled towards the end there once he got the flow of the Yawn?
Yeah, the yawn helps in quite a lot. But do you know if you yawn? But do you know if you actually yawn and your unit transform like Gravios to Basios, or I mean Basios to Gravios, do you know that you will still gain MP? Do you know that, guys? No? But I'm telling you right now, that's what happened. It can happen.
He just got a win though.
Yeah.
So
he looks nervous, and man, can I talk to you about how G was such a champion here? Right, G is so good, and in the games we play, he is a very cheap character too. We don't like that character. He's clearly being a menace in this game as well.
yeah, G has been a problem card since the Devil's Awaken came out. Certainly one of the best cards in the set.
Yeah, and then you know how like you have like the hero arcs, right?
Right.
And like, okay, we gave Chun-Li, we gave her the lightning legs, we gave her the Kiko show. And then we
Alright,
gave her the
temptation.
Yawn. So now the Yawn is actually very interesting because in Street Fighter 3, when Chun-Li does the Yawn quote, it gives her a power up.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know if it was just a taunt or if it was actually a gameplay.
Yeah, she gives her a power up. So the fact that Yawn gives you MP is a power up. So it's very similar to the lore, which is actually pretty fun.
Come on, I'm rooting for you, Ryuzu. After this match, the stream will end. If you want to say something, you guys better say it now.
Yep. And he's going to run back the Ryu for KO. And now Ryuzu busting out the Temptation, the deck that is
Oh, no.
the scariest deck probably, the deck that most people are worried about, and the deck we've talked about a lot. The Temptation Morgan with the full Resonate
And
build.
he got the brainwash on the draw.
And he's got the Brainwash on
Brainwashed Ibuki? Oh shit, he's going aggressive now. I believe K4 is pissed about the match he lost.
That's a great hand.
It's a great hand. Look,
and so we talked about this before, right? You just
What?
Because there's not a lot of scary units on their own in the Ryu deck. And now, by the way, he gets the benefit of the growth, maybe,
the growth
right?
with the Rashid.
Yeah, so if he wants to stick, you know, the Ada will trigger it once.
Yep.
And then the Ibuki can trigger it again.
Okay.
And he's just going to go, and he's probably just going to wait until he plays something, chip in 2 damage, and hey, it's free.
I mean, the combo, man, it's 4 damage every time.
It's...
Okay, just waiting,
So
waiting.
Thunderstorm's
Oh,
gonna go
nice,
down.
using the guy.
Yep.
Okay, takes out the Rashid.
And the guy trades with the Rashid because the Ada did trigger the Rashid growth once. So that's 2 damage moving across the board. The Thunderstormer's been used. It's not doing anything now.
Oh, there's another Rashid right there. But Ibuki's about to go to the upper left.
And Ibuki, and he's waiting until he's got the extra MP so he can drop the unblockable on it.
He's gonna explore.
Naughty. Ibuki going into the Replutes here, generating another unblockable. It's something that's been in your EX pocket. Getting it back again.
Oh!
Go away. Snap on the Hadouken. Well played.
You have to always take out a Ibuki instantly.
You got to.
You need to take her out.
The problem is there's 2 more Ibukis on the back end.
Oh, there, yeah, you're right. There's 2 more Ibukis. Oh no. Oh, it hurts.
It's the perfect time to do Temptation.
It is.
Right?
The board's
There's 3
full,
units on the board.
and there's nothing particularly scary on the board, right? None of these units on their own.
No, not yet.
The scariest one. But without growth, it's not doing anything. That was great.
He cannot do anything like this now.
Because she said it's everything. He bought effectively 10 extra seconds there by getting the halt right as all the attack bars were full because they reset. So it's the 13 seconds and then the extra 10.
Gonna draw further.
Usually that's what really gets me mad
Draw.
about
Draw.
is
Do it,
because
Ryuzu.
I
Draw!
this way to go all the way back.
And it's not just the halt time, it's the time that you invested on the front end as well.
There's not much level out going around.
Really rough, and I'm pretty sure it triggers a lot of people. So the fact that he did at the last possible frame, K4 must be feeling it right now.
Yeah, and no Hadouken available.
Yeah, Ibuki
and a
with agility.
by the way, full of units. Can't do anything. Completely locked out.
Ryuzu has officially won this match!
Flying.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have jumped too soon.
Give flying to the Thunder Slimer, and the Ibuki just goes through it every time it flies over on the times it hits. It's very problematic, and his opponent completely locked out. We talked about this, the board lock, how dangerous the board lock is against.
Now fly and bypass all the way to victory.
This is the absolute stone cold board lock. It's over.
It's over.
Ryuzu doesn't have to do anything.
He doesn't have to do anything.
He doesn't have to do anything, and he wins. He may cycle a halt here.
Yeah, even though the
But he
life
doesn't need to.
is different, he has the halts, agility, guy is too slow.
Yep, and he's just gonna cycle it. He's very easily realized by this point that KO is completely locked out of the game, has no
action
at all,
no
and
action cards
therefore
at all.
can't generate any AP, can't use his art, no Hadouken. Ryuzu is going to take this, and there's
She's
nothing
exceeded the hell. Ryuzu has officially won.
Ryuzu carrying in a.
Yeah, he's
gonna get there. Yeah,
even though it looks like it doesn't look good, Ryuzu is in the lead.
It's completely fine. As soon as that board lock happened, we knew it was over.
It's in the lead.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ryuzu can literally take his hands off of the device right now, and that's it. And Ryuzu takes it.
Moves on to the semifinals.
One for NA.
Ryuzu, my man, I salute you.
KO just had nothing, literally nothing you can do, and it feels so bad being on the back end of that board lock. Good sportsmanship there.
Your ass crack is revealing.
Little handshake.
In fighting games, that is what we.
Alright guys, that will be ending the stream right here.